This is
Keep in Mind.
Alright, so we got our 100th episode today.
100.
Barrel. You know what I mean? What's it called? We want to do a celebration and all that, but we didn't really get that set up because we was
But we in Atlanta, we places, bro. We gotta do things.
Doing a lot, so.
We got things we doing.
But we do got a special guest today. My old friend, Mr. Muscle over here.
Mr. Muscle.
Please let him know who you are.
Aaron Eason.
Oh, you gotta speak up.
Yeah, man.
I'm Aaron Eason.
Okay.
AKA Mr. Always Good, Never Bad.
Okay. Mr.
The real OC says, I see you, A.
Okay.
Let's see you out here. Let them know what you do, man. How do you look the way you look? Why do you look the way you look? What do you do? What business you got? You know what I mean?
I'm a professional trainer. That's my bread and butter. And I actually have a podcast as well I'm working on. And I'm in ministry. Other than that, I'm just cool.
Shout out the podcast.
Unpacked.
Unpacked.
We're gonna launch in June, God willing. And I'm just loving the vibes here.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So I definitely reached out to my man on TikTok. I seen him one day or whatever. Was sending him clips and everything like that.
That's dope.
Tell me he was watching and whatnot. I appreciate it. I was like, yo, if you want to come on, he was like, yeah, definitely. So, you know what I mean?
It was like 2 months ago, though.
Yeah.
Right? That's crazy. It was so long.
Listen.
Time flies, man.
Time flies.
Kushdan Marley said, either speak up or the mic ain't picking up what he's saying. So.
See?
Aaron,
you know why?
I definitely talk loud.
Yeah, come on, man. No need to have your sexy voice right now.
I'm going to tell you why. It's because they're watching on Instagram.
Yeah.
And not on YouTube.
That's true.
If you're watching on YouTube, you hear them perfectly fine.
You want to watch on Instagram, listen the way you listen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just letting y'all know that.
Or you can hop on over on YouTube,
you can hop on
have clear quality.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you can watch on YouTube like I'm about to do right here. You know what I mean? We're ready to see the comments.
Shout out to all our folks on the gram, though. Shout out to all our folks on
But
YouTube.
since we here, got my boy Aaron in the building. Go ahead, it's fine. Starbucks.
They messed up my life.
So they got him a new one. Shout out to our manager, So Shop, man. She's like, just get a whole new one. That's it.
You know what I mean? Like, listen. We got a team here. Yeah, we all help each other out. You know what I mean? But so as I do some sending out, Jerry, how was your week?
Week was good, man. Week was chill. I mean, got to hang out with my amazing wife. Her birthday was on Thursday. Happy belated.
Happy birthday.
And birthday.
Hetty
I mean,
4.
shout out Hetty4_. We had a whole weekend of stuff that I did with her, spas and parties and brunches and all that. So she's all set. So I should be good. I should buy a good man's basically for the rest of the year. I should be set, bro. There's nothing I need to say anymore.
Mother's Day is
Yeah, you know
Nah, you know what I mean? Mother's Day is she gonna be with the kids.
2 weeks, bro.
She gonna be with the kids. That's it. On Mother's Day, you send them with the children somewhere. I mean, here, you're a mom, right? Go be with your children.
Oh, okay. You think so?
But nah. Tourist season is officially underway. My boy Rich's birthday is about to come up. He swear he's not 36 yet, but the man is turning 36 tomorrow, pretty much. So we'll definitely be celebrating his birthday.
My birthday is May 9th. So
that's Friday.
That's not this Friday.
No, that's not this Friday.
No.
All right, that's Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday of next week, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And
Shout out to all the tourists out there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Rich, not Rich, Jerry. The lady's saying that bought you 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So
2 weeks. That's crazy.
2 weeks, brother.
That's it.
That only gotta be 2 weeks, bro. Y'all are wild, yo. Y'all know how much spending I did? 2 weeks.
Listen.
2 fucking weeks.
Hey, how was your week?
It was good. It was really good, actually.
What made it so good?
I spent a lot of time with my girlfriend.
It's always a good time.
Finally had some time to get back in the gym on my regular schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And work has just been smooth. I can't complain. I actually can't complain. It's been,
That's beautiful.
aside from the normal headaches of stress of life and things going up and down, I've been having a pretty good few days.
That's what's up, man. That's
good to hear, man. I love it when things are going well.
Definitely.
Won't complain.
Facts.
Because when it rains, it pours, like this weekend.
Facts. Yeah,
This weekend was crazy. It's just rain nonstop.
rain washout weekend.
Yeah. What about you, man?
I guess we all. I had a good weekend too. You know, just regular
weekend,
week and weekend too.
Mhm.
You know, I went to Philly for a day or two. You know,
You had a Philly cheesesteak, bro?
I did not
What?
have a Philly cheesesteak this time.
That's
when I
crazy.
went out there. I did.
Well, you usually do. All right. Where do you go?
Well, this time when I went out there, I was in
When you usually get Philly cheesesteaks, I'm saying.
Max's.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, and I go to the spot. But yeah, no, I was in Center City, I think it's called, or whatever out there. It was pretty dope. It was nice out there. Looked like a little Manhattan low key, but it's cool. But
I love
here.
Philly, man. Philly's
how
dope.
was your
Don't
week?
you dare. Don't you fucking dare.
How was your week?
You do that all the time, though,
like,
like,
don't
damn,
fucking
bro. All the time, bro.
How was your week?
Yeah, he knows exactly how to get you tight, bro. In 2
This
seconds.
nigga. I'm glad I couldn't.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
How was your week?
Hold on,
Yo,
hold on. I'm
yeah,
sending this.
Rich.
Yo, if y'all, I'm just putting the link on my page so people can check it out.
But still, tell us how your week went.
Well, my week was fucking amazing. I'm in a good space mentally.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I'm in a good space mentally.
Mhm.
We're going through a couple little bullshits, but
Of course.
overall,
Who doesn't?
like as far as because the podcast is very important to me,
Life is
and the
good.
podcast is doing pretty well. Life is fucking good.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to that,
shit,
man.
'cause that
For
shit
real.
I'm
matters.
bugging. On fucking Thursday, we went to a dope ass mix. Shout out to Sim Simmer.
Yeah, shout out to Sim
She
Simmer.
had the social unplug event. She had like a
yeah, I
little,
heard.
little shindig. You know, you have to give your phone at the door.
Yeah, it
They
was.
locked up your phone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
So the network, anybody, you have to like write
Sim
down.
Simmer?
Yeah.
Sim Simmer, yeah.
Sim Simmer, yeah.
What's the actual name?
Samantha.
Samantha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I knew who it was.
Nah.
Yeah, that was really dope.
Yeah, it was an iHeart like
What's
it was
up?
like an iHeart party.
And you
or
know,
whatnot.
I had my little photo booth. Shout out to CW Images. We doing a little
Wow.
photo
Y'all
booth.
did that. That's
Yeah.
dope.
And you know, I had my boy Rich. You know, Rich know how to work a room, so I had Rich.
I was in there exchanging it for got them wet for the 100th
Oh,
episode.
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That's beautiful.
That's,
That's
you
beautiful.
gotta love E, man. Shout out to E.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? We getting some
Let's
gifts.
pull that down for no advertising.
Yeah, right?
Pull that
Until they stop paying us,
Until they send a check.
y'all. We got some fine champagne here. Won't tell you what it is.
But yeah, so definitely that was dope. I got to meet DJ Envy, a lot
what's
of Simone, a lot of other people.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was a lot of people in there, and I was.
So they know about keeping mine now. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
sir.
That was fire. So that was my week. Anyway,
Facts.
let's get up into the topics.
Wait, not yet.
Oh,
We gotta talk about this response to Chance the Rapper that his wife put. What do y'all feel about that, bro? Because my wife and I have been having conversations about that response.
hey, I mean,
How do y'all feel about that? She responded. If for those of you who don't know, we spoke last week about Chance the Rapper going to a carnival in Jamaica. He went to a party or whatever. He was just on the road, right, marching, and he was dancing behind Shorty. And we had a very big debate about the fact that he slapped her ass a few times, which was what everybody was saying was out of line. And then his wife later on, I think on like Thursday or something like that, we were at the spa when my wife was reading this excerpt. She seemed to put a quote that says, people don't grow up, they just get older, and it's sad that that's not what happened. So it just seems like she was not too happy about the whole situation. Which is what I was, kind of going like, what if the wife is okay with that? What if they had their conversations? But that wasn't the case. So how do y'all feel about because clearly y'all was on the right side, I guess, of that.
Before we go, let's involve
Yes,
my boy
yes.
over here.
What do you believe?
Did you
I
see?
saw it,
You saw it?
and I saw the response to it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now, Aaron, let me actually, let me dive into your mind right now. You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about it? Like, how do you feel like what Chance did was okay?
I feel like she knew he was a carnival goer because the response to him was he's not doing something different now that he has a valuable
Has
established
done, yeah.
career, a family. You know, he has eyes on him.
He didn't grow up.
He didn't grow up with the maturity of his life. Like when you get more money, you're supposed to act different. When you get more opportunities and a family, like things are supposed to change. And
Yeah.
she probably just wasn't jacking the fact that he was the same person she met. And I think there's an understanding of what he did in the house, but it's not okay right now. It was okay 5-10 years ago.
Right. Okay.
And that's what I think. Because I mean, me personally, I couldn't date someone that goes to carnival a lot because I don't do carnival. And I'm Trinidadian. So I mean, I have friends that literally their parents go, and I'm like, what about the husband? Nah, they're not with it, but they know what's going down. That's our time, our festivities.
That's free up.
But it's just, you know, if you're not from the culture, you wouldn't understand. And that's kind of like, she understood, but she wasn't with the lack of maturity.
Yeah, she's not with it.
Yeah, so I think it's just a lack of maturity.
Lack
And
of
his-
maturity.
Would you
See,
would you engage in that? Would you engage in ass smacking
Nah.
while dancing?
No, I wouldn't do that.
But you dance though. That's not a problem, right? Like that.
We've all dubbed before.
I'm saying even in a relationship. I'm talking about even in a relationship because I mean
To be
clearly
real
he's
honest,
married and the reason why they're upset is because he did this while being
To
married.
be real honest, at this stage in my life, I'm not engaging in any of that because there's a misinterpretation that would happen in that interaction with me and a woman based on I feel like who I am and how I would get down in that moment, and you don't need to do that to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eddie-
that's me. That's my opinion. I don't need to do that to enjoy
It's too
myself
much, a little
at a
bit.
party, unless I'm single. If I'm single, that's exactly what's happening. I'm doing everything to enjoy myself, but I'm not doing that in a relationship. No.
Heady4__ says she's wild crazy. You don't need to go online to say anything. Don't let people in your relationship. He is wrong if they said that's that for their marriage. But I guess the fact that she went online and kind of didn't honor him in a way. I mean, I know
It works both ways. He wasn't honoring her by behaving that way, and I don't think.
But
it
you
was
said
his intent.
it might be part of the culture, right?
Right, but I don't think it was his intent to get caught on camera. Like
Of course, I'm pretty sure that wasn't his
believe
intent.
He has enjoyed himself in the past, and there's enough video footage that hasn't made the internet of him enjoying himself that way. But that's her responding to the world, not for him.
Yeah,
And
right.
I feel like she had to
That's
say
what I
something
wrote
to
in
stand
the
up
chat.
as a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't know why another woman would jack the idea of a woman responding to that the inappropriateness of a man.
Right. Right.
Shaw.Nay says the ass smack was wild though, but whatever he can't do in front of her, he shouldn't do. A dance is a dance, but the ass smack is a bit much. Which is what Rich and Black
So I'm
was
gonna just
pretty
say.
much saying.
So as far as me, I'm gonna just say I stand where I stood in the first place. That's really it. Like that's where I stood last week. That's where I stand today. Like I said, yo, because when you was telling the story, you say he was catching dubs, you was skipping over the ass smack, and we was like, hold up. Remember the pop?
Yeah, y'all really did emphasize the pop. That was really
If I'm in a
the
relationship, bro, I would not like to see my shorty's ass get smacked by anybody else but me.
Essentially, yeah, that's the point.
That's the point, right? That's the point.
Amongst other reasons, but that would be one of the most logical ones.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? But anyway.
it's Shanae, I guess, because she put Shaw.Nay element. I say it the way I see it. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
Anyway.
Shanae.
We're gonna get into our first topic.
Yes, let's do this. Topic. Do you want me to sing the topic time? It's the 100th episode.
Do you have a song?
No, I mean, didn't we have that? You were supposed to cut that in, by the way.
What?
When I did topic time, you remember? Y'all remember? Anyway.
We gotta go back. 100th episode, y'all, by the way.
Yeah.
100th episode, y'all. Before we get into the topics, please send this out to some of your friends. We're about to get into the conversation. You know what it is.
Big facts. Hey.
What's-
You might be calling you A?
You can call.
Hey!
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm making sure. Hey, it might be like hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron. I know that.
Wasn't calling me
good.
that.
We always call him A. We
You
call
call
him
me A,
A.
that's what I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure. He might want to be called Aaron on this episode.
It's cool.
You know what I
As
mean?
long as you, yeah.
All right, cool. Do you believe if you're living with your partner, do you believe in giving them a curfew or a courtesy hour?
A courtesy hour is crazy.
It's crazy.
Nah, I just believe in the communication. Period. If you're gonna come home at 3 and you come home at 5, then we have a problem. It's not a curfew issue; it's a communication issue. So if I can communicate, first of all, I care about your safety. That's really all that matters. So the communication is really based on that, not so much me being insecure about something or feeling something might be going down without me knowing. I just want to know what's up when you're coming home, especially if I'm home waiting. I'm not waiting.
So that matters. That matters.
No, the communication of when you come home matters. Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
No curfew. No.
So it's not a curfew. So all right.
You're not giving.
All right.
I'm not feeling like oh my God.
When you look at your watch, you're like, oh my, I was supposed to be home.
But if I could communicate clear what time I might or might not be home, traffic, life, whatever, I just want to communicate. Always good communication is necessary.
Even with all that communication, can the son beat them home?
Given the circumstances, has it happened to me before? I want to speak from experience.
Please. Because I will.
Nah, it can't.
I was gonna say here's this. My thing is,
it can't unless I don't even know. I don't know.
What allowed you?
I'll give you a scenario.
What allowed the son to beat you home?
I'll give you a circumstance. She was out with her homegirls. It was her homegirl's birthday. Mm-hmm. They're not staying out they're not at the hotel for the night or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
She got super smacked.
Whatever it may, like they just went clubbing.
Yeah.
Her and her homegirls.
And she had to.
And the son beat her home.
no.
And she had to because she couldn't physically get herself home.
I'm gonna add to it because you like communication. She told you she was out, maybe around like 2 years with a text like, "Yo, how's the party going?" And she's like, "Yo, this shit is lit," and you can tell she drunk.
This shit is lit as joke.
She's like, "This shit is lit."
I want to say this.
They start telling you what they're gonna do to you when they get home. That's when I know my wife is drunk, bro. When she start telling you what the fuck she gonna do to you when she
I've
get home.
experienced that, but I will say this: I don't have to experience that ever again.
Okay.
I'm not dating someone that behaves that way. But
All right, but for this scenario,
so
just
in the past,
yes,
it wouldn't be okay
Based on experience, right?
because in my mind, if I know it's happening, then it happened because we talked about it. We had a conversation, so it is okay. But if there's a time gap of more than 2 hours and you randomly letting the son beat you home, yeah, we have a problem. I don't know what that problem solving process looks like, but we have a problem. I'm not happy about
The
it.
problem could be that those 2 hours she was spent
Jerry
doing something she shouldn't have been doing.
I'm gonna keep it honest with you, because 9 times out of 10, that's not really the issue. I'm not worried about what you were doing without me. I'm worried about the fact that you thought it was okay, because this is not how we operate.
Right,
Or
okay.
you wouldn't want me to do
Hey
it.
Tanya,
Do it make a difference if y'all live together or not?
That would.
yeah,
Yes, I'm waiting up for you.
Yeah.
I went through sleep, got up, and you still not here.
I went through sleep.
No, but-
My man said I did the whole process of
because you gotta
sleep.
understand
Woke
something.
up and you're still not here.
Sleep not up. You still out.
You still not here?
And if I got to sleep, because now I'm not even sure I got to sleep, because I'm communicating all night with you.
You keep
Trying
getting
to
up like,
figure out,
you
yeah.
keep getting up like, what the f-?
You can't even get
Yeah,
quality
so
sleep because you trying to make sure she's good.
Listen.
That's true.
It depends though, because I really do feel like if you give me a time and it's within the window, I'm gonna do what I gotta do with my life, my night. I'm not gonna stress that. I just think communication is a big deal. Because if you told me you get home at around 7, because the festivities are that crazy and it's that far, whatever the case, then we good.
How often can she tell you that's happening before it becomes a problem? Even with all the communication.
You see, all right. So hear me out. Are you dating someone like this that's outside all the time? No, I'm not dating someone like that.
You would.
I'm no longer interested in outside because I'm not outside.
That
Like
would end the relationship for you.
I mean, no. Is that a
What if she was like
deal breaker for me?
What if she just evolved into that? Like she wasn't that person, but her old best friend is
Popped back up.
moved back into town, and she's like,
So
"Listen, bitch,
Kiki!
This nigga said it's lit, not liquid. He gonna use all of their songs.
I mean, I couldn't. I wouldn't
That would end the
tolerate
relationship.
it for an entire relationship. No. As you get older, that you cling to the things that matter more. You don't explore the old nostalgic stuff. And for what? What does that serve? What purpose does it serve? What are you building? What are you like? If it's a moment that you want to enjoy and catch up and relive, maybe once a year, every other 6 months, cool. I mean, in that space of you letting the sun beat you home type stuff, yeah, it can happen. It can happen, but I'm not enjoying that.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
enduring that for
right.
every week out of my life with you.
I'm gonna put.
I mean, he's not gonna get any good sleep.
I got another question.
On the weekends, he's never gonna sleep.
Then what happens is you play
Answer
tit for
this.
tat and you end up doing the same thing.
Thing.
And it becomes a very, very toxic relationship.
You're right.
That's what I think occurs in those spaces. Because you can't ask someone to do. First of all, my pride doesn't even ask. Okay, enjoy. Like my pride is gonna do the same thing. Because I'm not a manipulative person. I'm a match energy person.
Okay.
If I can't have a conversation that there's understanding that we don't do this. Oh, but you want to? Cool. Then I'm gonna find a way to deal with that on my side, and then we're gonna come to an agreement when you don't like what I'm doing, which is very immature and childish. There's no growth in that.
It is. You're right.
So that's why I would never date someone that's
Right.
outside, like that's a part of their lifestyle. It's got to be moments where you want to enjoy life that I could honestly understand who is going outside and who's coming back home. And not randomly, what's she doing now? Who's she with now? How like that's not something I want to deal with. I'm not
Yeah, man. I have to agree. I honestly, my wife is a person who loves to be inside to the point where I want her to go outside. Like, I'm not saying that I want her to have these nights where the sun beats her home, but like I really want her to be a person who's like, yo, you know what? Let me just go hang out with I want that for her, but. If she was that type of person, I don't know how I would feel or how successful our relationship would be. Because then, like you said, I wouldn't get any sleep. I'd be like, what are you doing? Like you don't have something here you want to be more so than out there. You get what I'm saying? So
I experienced that, and that's not how I responded. I responded with the same energy.
Captain Tall once said, "When they go low, I go to hell."
Golly, I could have put thick as a nut.
Coming in at 7 in the morning. I'm coming in at 1.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Brunch time.
I'm not delivered from that, so I don't need that.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to do no crazy shit like that.
The real OC said, "You would think relationships are easy, but we make it complicated. Choose wisely."
And I think it becomes the person you choose.
Sunny Days though says, "Is that a security issue? Do you believe that's a security issue?"
No, if I'm secure enough to have the conversation and it still happens, then I need to be secure enough to make a decision on the relationship, because I didn't pick this person. And we're not communicating something that we both are mutually growing with or understanding. So if you're going one way and my pride is either going to make me go another way, or my pride is being affected, so now I want to make a decision on this relationship, it has nothing to do with insecurities. When something to be discussed, there's security there. It's just there's a level of security I have where I'm not tolerating certain things. If a woman's questioning your behavior at 7 a.m. in the morning, is she insecure? Or is she just not happy about what you're doing and she's talking to you about it, having a conversation about it?
Shanae asked us, do we operate the same way? Vice versa.
Men?
Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Like, can we let the sun beat us home? Can we let the sun beat us home?
My father has always let the sun beat him home, so he was outside.
Me personally, bro, I like being in my house.
Me too.
Yeah, no, listen, I enjoy it, but I'm saying like if there is a double standard, because it was okay for my father to be out.
But you.
For me, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't operate that way.
All right. So
no.
now,
I would understand.
Before we move on from this one, can the son beat your wife home?
No, unless again, like Aaron said, we had that conversation.
So does your wife have a curfew?
She doesn't have a curfew. She has.
She
has a respectable time. She has. Can I finish? Can I finish though?
Yeah.
She has a respectable time as a wife to be home with her family.
And that's
what I believe.
It's not what he operates on.
She not a curfew.
That's how she values herself.
Right. It's not a curfew, but you have a whole life home. Like, why? What are you neglecting there? You know, like, because there's something you can't be at both places at the same time.
Claude Jones said the son ain't beating him home even if he cheated. That's a fact. No, let's be honest here. I think that's honest.
Yo,
I can't remember the last time I let the son beat me home.
Like, that's crazy.
Yo, that's true.
I like what I got at home, so I'm quick to leave something before the night even starts.
Miss Shannon Nelson said, "Is this 1912?"
Taya, the CEO said, "Not a curfew, child."
No, not a curfew. We're saying no to curfew.
See, I don't want to say curfew. I really don't. She could honestly do what she wants to do, but I'm going to question everything if you decided without communicating to me, like without us knowing 2 weeks in advance, a week in advance, that you were going to be out all night. that you just decided to be out all night. That's crazy.
Like that'd be crazy. Could you imagine Hetty just walk in the door at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning? Just walking like regular 9 a.m. Saturday morning.
I'm sitting here running around making breakfast to the kids, going.
Calling her like, yo, what are you?
Do you know how many more fucking calls you have?
Shout out to all the viewers on YouTube. Send this out to a couple of your friends so that we can get more viewers on YouTube. We want everybody to be on YouTube. Next episode, we might be blacking out the Instagram video.
The real OC says I'm changing the locks once the sun comes up. You're not even gonna have to say.
You're not even gonna have a chance to walk into the door.
Clearly don't live here no more.
Everybody's agreeing with you. Tanya, the CEO, said, if they respect you and the relationship is just an unspoken understanding.
That's it.
Right. Yeah, there's no.
So it's not like you're giving them a curfew.
Right. It's not that black and white.
All right, I got you. But it's my job to do that. It's my job.
Sunny Day said just come home before 5.
Black, did you get you got to answer? You said
I think you can agree with it. Yeah. I mean, I've experienced this.
Yes, you did say that.
You want to tell the story?
Please.
I was young.
Go ahead, tell the story.
Had my own little apartment, and my shorty was living with me. And she definitely let the sun beat her home like twice. And I remember I was like, yo, and like the communication was very sporadic. It wasn't
11 p.m. Yo, I'm having fun.
1:30,
2:15.
2:15. Oh, my phone. Oh, I can't really hear you. Oh,
no service.
Yeah, all of that.
Not jacking, none of that.
All of that. So. I think the third time she tried that shit, I said, you got to go back to wherever you was at. I don't care who it was with.
This morning,
You're not coming in here.
Like, you kicked her out at that point.
I didn't kick her out.
She wasn't let in.
She just wouldn't come in that day. Like.
Jeez.
Try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Try again tomorrow.
Let's try this over. It's coming at a respectable hour.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
No, I can understand that.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Y'all living together.
The relationship was over shortly afterwards. I must admit, but that was like I was trying to make it very black and white, but I agree it's not very black and white because it's like, how dare you tell somebody what time that this is a whole other person who you know what I mean? For you to try to tell somebody what to do, it's kind of crazy because you never want somebody to tell you what to do. But at the same time, it's like, I respect you. Even like he said, even if I was cheating, I wouldn't. I'm just saying. Even if I was cheating,
the sun is not beating you.
Usual Kevin said, unspoken understandings be fucking people up. You gotta speak that shit. Which is what the Aaron was saying.
But life, like if you communicate things, life gets easier and easier and easier because you can part without drama, part without toxicity, or you can grow with the understanding that these.
You think a shorty is ever gonna part with you without toxicity and drama, bro?
Yes.
All right, so I've never gotten to experience that.
Because my man is saying if you communicate, you can part ways. A woman will never let you part ways, bro. Easily.
It's just bad communication.
Really?
It's always bad communication because some things, pride and ego get involved and it don't even allow you to communicate. That's really the hindrance of even just resolving stuff and literally being adults.
I'm lying. I just thought about it.
I was like, yo, Black. I was surprised Rich didn't say anything about that. He parted ways with one of his girlfriends without any toxicity or even with communication. I'm like, what? That's the toughest thing. I would love that. I would love that, but I don't know if that's a real thing.
Hey man. Breakups.
It's not always the female though.
I'm just saying, like, it's
if you think about it, men control a lot of the level of toxicity they experience.
And I'm glad you just said that. Wow.
Let's dive into that.
Let's dive into that. It goes into our next topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, tell us why someone shouldn't date you.
Me?
Yeah.
I would say maybe a few years ago I could tell them I'll give you a laundry list. Now I wouldn't know. I feel like I've experienced enough to understand what to do with a woman.
So you're perfect.
I didn't say I was perfect. Well, I can't find something not to have for someone not to want to experience me on a date or for the rest of their lives. I've been working on a lot of stuff.
My man said, I'm pretty dope. I'm the package.
No,
I'm the full package.
You can say that though. I'll say that. I'm pretty dope. Like you know what I mean? Okay.
I will say this. I have been working on so many things that if I have a problem with something, I'm gonna fix it too. So you're still gonna want to date me because I'm gonna bring that to the table in the beginning, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm working on. And I think that's one of the most important things about entering into a relationship. Regardless, I can't honestly say. Can you say why someone wouldn't want to date you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Captain Tobin said, "Jesus, is that you?"
No,
What would Jesus do is one of my mottos. I'm walking in that thought all the time. You feel me? I'm trying to be more like him every day.
Because it's so crazy because I kind of, when he first, when it was first posed in our chat that was going to be a topic, I said, the good outweighs the bad. So even with my bad, I can't even really say that.
And you're supposed to be looked at by your best quality.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
You have to lean on those to improve the others.
That was my thought. But just to give, but I said I gotta actually give the question an answer.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it'll probably be
I can give it an
outside.
Nah, he's talking about it. He's like, I thought about it. We'll come back to you.
For me, it'll be my outside love.
You like being outside?
Like you gotta not outside. No,
Your love for being outside?
No, my outside love, like for people outside of our relationship, like friends and family and shit like that. Like
play a big part.
You gotta understand that, and a lot of people don't really get that shit.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And when they get in there, how important people like, you my girl and I love you and I fuck with you, but understand this my nigga too. Like, I talk to him every day too. I talk to, you know what I mean?
We talk every day too.
I talk to my siblings every day. People think that that's so fucking crazy, but it's 6 of us, and once a day, at some point in the day,
and that's not a lot,
all
bro.
6 of us are on FaceTime.
That's fact.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
At some point, and people be like, "Yo, that's fucking crazy," but I feel like that's the quality. Like, people, if you're not gonna be able to deal with that, you can't fuck with me.
Okay.
Facts.
Oh,
matter of fact, you thought of yours.
Yes, you thought of yours.
I mean, it's been an issue for my entire life. I would use the word. I tend to be a jerk.
Did somebody call me?
If you knew me before, or if you, I guess because the woman I'm dating now, she definitely thinks I'm a jerk. It's moments.
You know, it's crazy.
I feel like she loves that version of me because it's not. She doesn't even know what it used to be like. She doesn't know how bad it was. I feel like I've worked on that, and I was gonna ask you. Knowing that quality is an issue that someone might not want to experience, how do you work on it? And I'm sorry, maybe I'm pushing the gun.
No, you're not. No, that's okay.
Because that's something I've worked on. I've acknowledged that years ago, and I've always said because it's such an easy trait to tap into, and I'm sometimes not knowing I'm doing it. I've been more conscious of my behavior because it's not the true heart of who I am. So I don't really like to be that person and have to be reminded that I'm being a jerk, and I'm like, dang, all right, I'm gonna work on that. And it's moments where I don't even know I'm doing it. But I think that would be one of the things that has gotten me in the undateable box.
Sha on YouTube said, "What do you do that makes her think that you're a jerk?" You gotta get to that.
The critical thinkers are asking.
YouTubers are asking.
Shout out to our critical thinkers on YouTube.
I got an answer for everything,
and that's it.
And I'm a smart Alec, or I got an answer for everything, and because I don't know how to kind of like just keep some things to myself, or judgments, or sometimes I can be condescending. And that behavior is misinterpreted. I feel like my heart is always in stuff, but sometimes it's not seen. So I come off as a jerk to let it roll. But it's just a response thing to a lot of stuff.
Is it like a coping method?
It used to be. Now it's just something I need to unlearn. When I was young, when I was really young, I wasn't a social butterfly. I didn't care for people, so I treated them.
Like
6 feet. You were doing 6 feet long before COVID.
It was how I cope with not being sure about how to be liked. I dealt with being liked that way or not liked that way, it just carried me into a space where I wasn't happy with myself after my divorce, and I had to figure it all out. And now I'm dealing with stuff that like harsh realities that bro, you're a jerk. Get it together. So yeah, I'm working on that.
That's crazy. Let's go. Me, they want me to say I'm stubborn, but I'm not stubborn actually. I actually like
There
to.
it is.
There it is. There it is.
That is so whack. That is.
I'm not. They want me to say that I'm stubborn,
listen.
but I'm not
Let
stubborn.
me say. Let me say, yo.
You're stubborn, bro. You're stubborn as fuck. Okay? At some
So,
point,
Rich,
What would he say though? What would you say if that's not it?
he's gonna say everybody has stubbornness. That's his defense.
No, but he said that he couldn't be dated too. Like, what's the quality?
Yo, my quality. In the point of my life right now, I'm very selfish with my time. Ever since I started this podcast, I'm very selfish with my time because I'm working.
They said
Taurus is his name.
They said not you lying on the shore, Rich. Stubborn on being cold stubborn. Taurus is his name.
Yeah,
Taurus is his name.
That's a fucking fact.
Yo,
crazy.
but I was gonna say, Rich, you're just as stubborn as I am sarcastic, which is my thing.
I'm sarcastic.
I'm
That's
a
what
sarcastic.
makes me a jerk.
I am a
I'm
sarcastic.
sarcastic too, but I'm
prick,
not
bro.
a jerk.
Well then, what is how are you sarcastic but you're not a jerk?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I don't
understand how you're sarcastic but not a
Well,
jerk.
maybe you're sarcastic in the right moments. Only.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how that works. I don't even understand that. Listen, and to what you said, Aaron, I honestly feel like it might be a thing where it's a coping mechanism too, where it's like I'm just just off of things that can honestly affect me. And in order to kind of keep it from affecting me, I'm just sarcastic about it. But if it's one thing, it would be I'm sarcastic about everything, bro. And my wife hates it, and and a lot of my friends seem to hate it. Rich sometimes come to me and is like, "Yo, stop it with that bullshit, bro. Like, stop it with that sarcasm bullshit."
Sometimes
but
you know
it's
what
just,
it is?
it's you know what I mean?
They said 2 episodes ago, Rich, I don't care how you feel. It's what I said.
That's so true. That's so true.
What?
Yo.
Anyway, whatever.
Wait, no, can we get? Let's not. We just talking over here. Let's get the people on. The
Let's get the people on the couch, man.
Nice.
What? Yes, Big Clout. What is?
What's up?
What's the question? What's the hard about dating? Like, what's
Yeah.
the?
Tell us why someone shouldn't date you.
Tell us why someone shouldn't date you.
All right. Why?
Wait, you can come to the camera bar real quick.
All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Cool. Why someone shouldn't date me is because
Speak up.
Why
Please.
someone shouldn't date me is probably because like I'm not ready for commitment at the stage I'm at in my life. And 2, I would say I'm not completely financially stable. Like I make money, but the way I make money is never guaranteed. So it's like I'm not in a position where I can say like, yo, I'm ready to really take care of a woman and have a child and shit like that.
That's some deep shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what the show is for.
That's what's up.
He's like,
The real OC says y'all unpacking and telling no lies, man.
Listen.
For real.
Hey, listen. We came up with the concept of the show just from chilling out in the backyard, like just talking, and we were like, yo,
Shooting the shit.
like, you know what I mean? Like the conversation you would have in your group chats. You know what I mean? Good shit.
Good shit. Thank you, Big Clout.
Yeah, thank you, Big Clout. I would appreciate you.
We want to go around. Do we E? So shot. No, you don't have to go. You don't have to go. Just speak up though, if you're gonna please.
And then the critical thinkers, y'all put it in the comments.
Please,
We'll read y'all.
please.
We'll
We
reach
will
out.
read-
Why shouldn't somebody date you? Why shouldn't someone date you?
Accountability, people. That's what we preach here.
What's the resolve to that though?
What's the result of that?
Because if you know, you should be figuring out.
Exactly.
100%.
But you have to first acknowledge it.
Yes.
No, I agree with that.
You have to first
So
acknowledge
now, I mean, I probably have shared. What are the things you're gonna do to try and help the
I'm not
issue of?
gonna
having-
do shit about it right now. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you shit about it.
Stubborn guy.
I'm still trying to get this podcast off the ground. So therefore, I start doing shit about it.
That's cool, but I don't think that's a long-term issue.
Yeah.
I think that's a
true.
short-term issue.
That's
And
true.
given the fact that you want this to succeed
Yeah, I'm focused.
quicker than you
That's
like
true.
than you think. So
Uh-huh.
I would say that's not a real issue to date you. That's women want a man of ambition. Women want men with a purpose. Men that are attached to something bigger than themselves. So if you can not look at that as a problem, it might be a good thing. then attach yourself to something else, which is the other thing that you just said.
The
stubbornness. Yeah, bro.
I
Work on it.
You know what?
You created that energy.
We're doing E and
Captain Torrance said, my reason is I can reactivate sometimes. It's an Aries thing.
I can
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I am Ali B said.
Reactive.
Yeah.
Reactive.
Oh, she can be reactive. I can
Wow.
be reactive.
I can be reactive sometimes.
I am Ali B said, I'm a commitment phobe. Okay.
I'm a commitment phobe.
Shanae said, relationship trauma. I'm in my selfish era and prioritizing myself instead of a partner. Tapping into who I am, I can bring myself, my best self to my next relationship.
Oh, that's a good one.
Empress_Faith said, I don't want to live with my partner all the time. Oh,
Well, quick question for Shanae though.
Ooh.
Quick question for
I've heard
Shanae.
someone-
She's saying she's selfish. She's in her selfish era, but is she still dating and out there actually trying to
She
find
can
a
be dating,
relationship?
but she
'Cause
said she don't want to be serious.
But that's the problem.
Is she
If you
saying that?
are in your selfish era, then you honestly should be by yourself. You can't have the I'm dating, but I'm in my selfish era.
I'm gonna
too.
disagree with
I disagree with that. I definitely.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
I honestly, you're only fucking that person over, especially if they're looking for a relationship. But go ahead.
You could date but not be in a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. A relationship. If you're in your selfish
What's the
era,
point of
you
that?
shouldn't be looking to be in a relationship.
What's the point of that?
It's not time for you to be in a
What's the point of that?
relationship.
What's
You
the
don't agree
point
with
of
that?
working on yourself and then dating just
Could
to
you-
experience the idea of a relationship? What is it? Is it sex? Is it to kind of like?
Wait, so you're agreeing with me?
No, I am.
There's
What's the
no
point of
point.
it?
Okay, all right, yeah.
I
can selfishly take you out for my pleasure.
Yeah,
fucking go.
yeah. But that's not good for that person.
It's not good for the It's also a lie. though. If you're really working on yourself,
Hold on, time out.
Let's not talk.
Look at
Come
you.
on, one at a time. We're gonna get to that.
if you're really working on yourself, I'm not saying this is for everyone. I just learned that I was trying to date in that selfish space of trying to work on myself. And I've started to realize this just didn't work, so I needed to isolate myself. Because there was I didn't find solutions in my character issues or my relationship issues because I wasn't taking it serious. So I could not evolve in those issues that I was working on for my last relationship because I wasn't taking this one serious. So how do you really work on yourself if you're not taking the relationship serious and you're not dating someone that actually loves you? Like family and friends are good ways to date because you get to experience someone that's helping you with yourself in the process.
I know we're not getting through our topics today.
Yeah. We spin. It's getting hot, and the critical thinkers are really pouring it out like Big Class
We had
said.
like 37 people in a minute ago.
Unusual Kevin got a hot take. I don't think women choose to be single. Let's talk about it, ladies. There's a lot of ladies in our chat.
Hold on, we gotta put a pin in that.
We gotta put a pin in that, bro.
That's what I said.
Big Carl Jones said everybody open as fuck right now. Yeah, I agree. Everybody being open right now. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And they stay. That's the thing. They stay.
Shanae says I process via therapy, to be honest, and I applaud you for that.
Shout out
Shanae,
to
I
therapy.
definitely applaud you for
E
that.
on the couch. Who's that in the backyard? All right.
You know, 100th episode. People gonna
E,
be popping.
who
100th episode. That gotta be.
why
pretty-
shouldn't somebody date you?
I'm stubborn.
Speak up, please.
I'm stubborn.
She's stubborn.
Taurus. See, I'm trying to get rich.
Stubborn like a Taurus.
I am stubborn, and I think that I still have some things from a past relationship that I kind of want to get all that residual stuff out because I don't want to project onto somebody new. I don't want to bleed on somebody who didn't cut me.
Ooh. She don't want to bleed on somebody who didn't cut her.
I don't want to pour that.
We going to church this 100th, yeah.
So, I don't want to pour that one to you.
Shout out to you. Shy.
Shout. Why shouldn't someone date you?
Why shouldn't somebody date you?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Please.
Please. Speak up, please.
I want you to communicate everything to me and let me make my own decision, but I may not communicate everything to you.
Yo.
That was the
Yo.
topic.
That is crazy.
That was what.
But why do you want somebody to do it?
Those women exist.
She want to finish. She want to finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
Go ahead.
I may not communicate if something hurts my feelings or if I don't like something, and then I'll just space myself out and isolate myself.
But don't they dare do that?
No, because you have to give me what I want.
You have to
Yo, Captain Toro, that's toxic.
hold on, but before that, she's gonna write, I have masculine qualities. You gotta be gay to date me.
Yes.
Like, what the
I would comment sex and me getting crazy.
Yo, Captain Toma is wild.
Cousin.
Yo, but Captain Toma would play you the entire time. Like, yo, you can't ass motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. What you dating me
Go to the
for?
bar. Why shouldn't somebody date you?
P, why shouldn't somebody date you?
Pull up to the
bro?
bar.
We're talking accountability this
He don't want to go. You want to go?
Pull up to the bar. Pull up to the bar.
Because we love seeing your face, P. We love seeing
By the way,
your
make
face.
sure you lean on the counter because you tall. Lean on the counter.
Why shouldn't someone date you?
I appreciate you. Why shouldn't somebody date you?
It's a therapy session. Unfold.
Please,
And
unwind.
please speak up, my brother.
I'm kind of leaning towards what Erica said when I walked in. I heard I got some shit from the past that I haven't even tried to deal with. That has just been like, you know what I'm saying?
But you shoved it. You shoved it.
Yeah.
You shoved it. It's like all them bottles up there. My man said, I'm gonna put a pin on that. I'm gonna put a pin on that.
Right now, I feel like I'm not willing. That's the most important thing.
Got it.
So stubbornness as well.
Yeah.
We're getting a whole lot of stubborn here. We're getting a whole lot
Once you
of.
pass 30, it's like, I've done that already. Do I want to do it again? Even though it's not fair, because every time it's going to be different.
Yep.
Facts.
But you automatically, I got to drive where? I'm going to just stay. I'm going to Uber.
Yo, P, thank you so much, P. Thank you. The real OC says, I think I have this weird belief that I'm not ready. Even when I was ready, always on full speed. Wow.
Oh,
Even when he was ready, he always felt like he was not ready.
shout out to Kendrick Lowe who came back this week.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Yo, shout out to him. He said, "What's the Kendrick Lowe said, what's the end game?" Oh, when we were speaking earlier, what's the end game to dating if not a relationship? So I guess he was siding with you guys. Like, you working on yourself, you shouldn't be dating. Okay, I hear that.
That's the reason why I
we
say
gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to that one. We're gonna get back to that
Cool
one.
beans. Cool beans, man.
We're gonna keep it moving.
Thank y'all for the live audience, for y'all responses. Thank you guys, our critical
Can
thinkers,
we
man.
go back to Kevin's statement? And I want the ladies.
Okay,
to
go ahead,
answer
go
that.
back,
They
go ahead.
actually going in on him in the comments.
All right.
Really?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, but he said that women do not choose to be single. Let's talk. We got
Do
a
you
lot of
agree with
women
that?
in here.
I
How do y'all feel
actually
about
agree
that?
with that.
You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Do you agree with that?
You want us to go back to it?
All right, so let's unpack the statement. What do you mean they don't choose to be single?
We gotta ask.
No. I mean, like, he responded. Like, so, like, what do you understand about that?
I honestly don't think I've ever met a woman who says I want to be single and have acted that way. Everything to me shows. It usually shows me that they're just. They're dealing with trauma from a relationship, which is the reason why they're saying they want to be single. They choose to be single, but actively or mentally, they want to be with someone. I feel like every woman
we have the
wants to
same
be
issue
with
then.
them. What?
As men.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I
So,
believe
what I
our
understand
sole
is that-
goal is to be with someone.
Yeah, I don't know the bias of how
Yeah.
it's just about women then. Because I feel like we operate in the same space.
The difference I would say is that we honestly, I don't feel like if we are single, it's not like I would go up to any woman that I'm attracted to and be like, yeah, I just want to be single. No, it might just open up, especially if I'm attracted to you. But I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit and tell you, no, I'm not trying to be in a relationship. I'm always ready to be in a relationship. I feel like I mean, like I'm always down to be in a relationship. I'm always down to have somebody because I want that connection. But women will tell you, "Oh yeah, I'm single and I'm happy and all that." I don't believe that at all.
So
I honestly don't believe any woman who says they are single and happy are truly single and happy,
So
and they don't act that way.
So Shasta
That's
may
just
not
me.
be the choice you want, but she does have the options.
What?
To be single. Like she's single by choice. She doesn't want to be single. She has dudes
Yeah, oh, yes, I believe that.
she can be with.
Absolutely.
But she's choosing, but that's choosing to be single.
That's true. Yeah, but she doesn't want to be single. See, that's what
Okay.
I'm trying to tell. I don't believe that she truly wants to be single.
Okay.
She has a situation in which she's right now. She's like, I'm gonna have to be single because a whole lot of shit is happening in my life the way I don't want it to happen.
Right.
So I'm not gonna play up with these people, with these guys. I'm not gonna fall into the traps that they set for me. But I really don't want to be single. She wants to find that person who can compliment her and be with her. She wants to be with that person.
That's not what
Most
I
of
said.
the women in here, most of the
You
women
could
in
be at my wedding tomorrow.
most of the women in the chat right now say that's very presumptuous of you guys to make that decision.
It's my opinion. It's an opinion-based show.
Okay, so that's presumptuous. Ice Princess said, "Single and happy is a thing for one." She said it is a thing. My boy Big
I agree with homie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because Aaron had asked about the question and like why is it put on the women. I think that question is coming from like there's like a statement out there that's like women control access to sex and men control access to relationships.
Yeah.
So I think the person who's asking that question is coming from that mind frame of okay, if men control access to relationships, then can women actually say that they're single by choice, or is it that they've been denied access by men?
Okay. He's 100% right.
Wow.
Because
Let's go, Big Cloud Jones. Let's go, Big Cloud Jones.
Here's a question: have you ever had a girl determine y'all were boyfriend and girlfriend?
No,
Yes.
not for me.
You have?
I mean,
I've had a girl be like basically be like, yo, we
go together. You basically hit you with a Carisha. We go together.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
She
Sure.
introduced me to niggas as her boyfriend. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is my girlfriend.
That is the best way to get me to never be with you, bro.
That doesn't happen often, and I guess if that's the logic behind the question, then I understand how that presumptuous thought can come out. But they control the opportunity for them to be in a relationship as well. You know what I mean? Like we say,
They can say no.
yes, just like they can say no when you ask them to marry you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Honey C says women no longer seek a man's validation or need to feel desired by men to feel good about themselves. I really wasn't talking about that. I mean, I really wasn't talking. I agree.
We got a comment from a new critical thinker. Fire my boss _Relly. Orel said, men don't want to be held accountable 24/7. Hence why there are pools of single women. Okay? All right. Listen.
Held accountable. Do women want to be held accountable?
Hey, listen,
I think the idea of a relationship, a real good one, is full accountability.
Yeah.
That's why communication becomes so
important
and smooth at those levels. But when you are like the young lady that's in the audience, she said, "I want one thing from you, but I'm not really willing to give you." She's not holding herself accountable for what she has to give as well.
I did.
No. Listen what you said. I'm not trying to. No drama.
By the way, I want a lot of people to understand. Being accountable does not mean just admitting you did some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like
it's responding by changing.
Exactly.
It's an active response.
It's like a balance sheet, bro. If you negative, you gotta get that account back.
Exactly. Just to let y'all know, niggas be like, yeah.
You gotta balance your sheets. That's right. Gotta balance it, man.
When you ask me, what am I gonna change about me being someone with my time? I said, not a motherfucking thing.
Anything,
you know what I mean?
anything for Selena says she's not single by choice. She's single by trauma.
Ooh, wee. And that's what I feel like women are single for, more so than single by
men too.
Absolutely. But again, I will never say to you if I'm attracted to you. There's no bone in my body that's gonna say to you, I'm single and this is my choice right now and I'm living my no.
You wanna know why though?
It's opening back up for me.
You wanna know why? Because a lot of men are not working on those traumatic issues and things that they need to take care of before they seek the relationship. They really just want to be in another situation because they like the idea of being in a situation. They're not trying to introduce anyone new to that new situation.
I have a male friend right now where he can't be in a relationship right now because of his past trauma. Like, no matter what, he's not opening back up. He tries to, but he just can't. It's the same thing. It happens to us. I have two dudes right now that I know that their past relationships right now are fucking up all of their relationships that they've had.
Ice Princess says facts because I have bad PTSD. # single for life. Wow.
Okay.
It's trauma. Wow.
You got something to say? What up?
I just wanted to say, to answer the question, I think that women in our natural state, we are wired to seek companionship. However, I will say that every female you know probably has a dude right now in her phone that would make her his girlfriend.
Today.
So just
That's
putting
technical,
that out
you know
there.
what I'm saying?
So
Like-
technically, we all have options, but we may not want that option. We may want something else. Every single girl you know.
I'm telling you.
I
And every
do
single
I'm
girl
telling you,
right
that's why I
now,
feel.
right now.
A relationship is no longer the only route for them to get companionship.
Facts.
Mm.
I didn't get to respond to this as far as how I felt because you said hot take real quick.
Oh, you didn't respond.
No, I never.
The hot take was hot. I wanted to.
It's a good hot take.
Listen,
Shout out to who was it? Usual Kevin?
Unusual Kevin.
I think that I 100% disagree. I feel like women can definitely choose to be single. And what she just said, a lot of what you guys said connected to what I was gonna say. To what I was gonna say is that women have options, but a lot of times it may not like when Kami said it when he was here from Cups and Convos. He was like, women have these options, but they might drop certain options because the person that they were actually waiting for might come around finally. You know what I mean? Like, so they chose to be. They were choosing to be single. You know what I mean? They were choosing to be single, even with
Keeping themselves
open for what they
right.
actually wanted. Like people like we spoke about it on the show where we said who men give access to marriage, women give access to vagina. I think that it holds more true for women than it does for men, because you can't get vagina if she does not want to give you vagina. A woman can say no.
I mean, you go to jail if you do, though. But yeah, I got you. I mean, it's frowned upon.
You can't.
It's
It's not frowned upon. It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not that it's
Listen, I'm not saying. I'm saying. I'm just. Hey, I'm a realist here. I'm just saying there are people who don't ask.
Anyway.
So they belong in jail. They belong in jail.
Yeah.
They don't belong next to me.
It's not fraud about. It's illegal.
It's illegal. It's illegal.
Yes,
It's illegal.
Yes.
It's also frowned upon.
That too.
Yo, in certain, but honestly, let's keep it real. In certain societies, it is only just frowned upon, bro. Which is the sad part about it. I'm just saying.
So as I was trying to say,
Go ahead.
like
I'm a wild boy. Jerry's a wild boy.
Yeah, listen, man.
for stating things that happen in the world. Bro, this is crazy.
I mean, I want. Speaking on it, because DJ Black Tie said something real quick. He said, "Women be single be the excuse to be a thot." Right?
Ooh.
We've already discussed.
Let's unpack.
We've already discussed that we don't ask women how many men they've slept with when we start
Yeah.
dating, right? You don't ask
It's,
that.
nah,
You
I
don't
don't need
ask
to
that.
know. Don't need to
Do
know.
you ask that? Do you ask women that?
I don't need
You don't
to
need to know.
No.
Do you feel as though you would be happy dating a woman who didn't have any experience?
No.
I've been there too. No, I would not be happy.
I would not be happy with
You would
that.
not be happy.
At
No.
all.
So now.
Definitely, please, fuck. I have fucked before me because I definitely want you to have that experience.
If you're not
Wait up.
Hold on,
Rich is
hold
gonna
on.
get there. He's gonna get there.
because we've definitely spoke about how a woman's value definitely decreases on how much body she's had.
That's not for me, but yeah,
That's
I don't
not true
believe.
because I have a quote.
Is
of
it based on the
Hold on,
knowledge?
hold on.
Just say what you're saying.
Yes.
Pull up the quote later.
No, I have to say the quote.
Okay.
You said that a key that can open every door is a good key, and the doorknob that turns for everybody is a bad door.
This is just a fucked up door.
There you go. So
But that's a
so you
door that
can't-
opens for anybody. I'm not saying on your experience. Well, I have no say on your experiences before you met me.
Okay.
I have no say on that, and I don't need to have a say on that.
Okay.
And I would rather you have had experience before you have met me because I don't want our experience to mismatch.
Yes, I'm getting you.
But definitely, if you are a person who don't have preferences, you're okay with smashing anybody. That's a chick a lady to me that has no preferences. Anybody could smash. I'm good. I'm good on that.
Please.
Well, first of all, the reason why I never dated anyone in high school was because I was coming behind people I wouldn't want to come behind.
Pussy real
Pussy
estate.
real estate.
Yeah,
Vagina real
but
estate.
that's based on that's based on clear knowledge. I don't care about your bodies. I care about the body. Like, it's a person. I'm not checking for like the knowledge of someone I know and then coming behind that person. That's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you judge a shorty based on the person she smashed?
Yes, it's called vagina real estate.
Today, not really.
Okay.
Because there's a lot
people are
more
asking
to a
about the
person
age. Right.
than, you know, at this point.
Mhm.
But when I was young, yeah.
Yeah, it was everything.
Because there's a lot of, yo, listen, I valued myself very, very, very highly. I was not checking for a lot of people because of who was running through who, and I was just like, I'm out of town with this because I don't want to know nobody. I don't want to be attached to nobody.
The real OC says, at what age do you stop asking them numbers? People still asking after 25?
I don't
I
think
never
ever
asked.
those
I've
numbers.
never asked.
Oh, okay.
How many people have you slept with?
I've never asked.
Like 7. Like
You know you got to take that number.
You do know that experience
Multiply
can come
by
with
two.
like
With
three people.
With three
Yeah.
people. Three people, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as
That's
you're
true.
having enough sex and you're exploring your sexuality,
Talk about
the
it.
experience is
Very true.
is there.
Very
I
true.
don't think
I
you
believe
need
it.
1,000,000 people to
No.
know how to have sex.
No.
I don't know that because I've never been that guy, but I don't think you need.
You correct.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rich.
I play.
You can't say so. You can't say it's your podcast. You know, go ahead.
I mean, listen. That's okay with me, man.
See, that's why they call you a jackass.
Yeah. I see it. No, this picks up everything.
I heard him. You think it's your podcast? No, you're good. Check it out. I personally feel like, at the older, I'm not saying that it's what I would necessarily want, but at the same time, after being in relationships where I dated somebody who didn't have any experience, I definitely don't like that. I don't.
You don't like what?
Lack of experience.
Oh, okay.
Because usually a lack of experience by our age often means that at least for me, at least for what I've experienced, often means that they're not necessarily too sexually active in the first place. Like they don't really care for it. They don't really it's not like a top priority to them. You know what I mean?
Which is a problem.
At least for me.
For me as well.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Are you referring to bad sex because it's
No, it's not.
bad
That's
sex?
not even bad sex. Infrequent sex.
No, so you're saying that bad experience, like it
No.
it deduces to infrequency?
No, I'm not saying that makes it because it could be once in a while and still be great. You know what I mean?
No, the bad experience that you're talking about you had, you think that is because it's infrequent sex that they've had?
No, it was a multitude of things. But however, and I wouldn't say it was a bad experience. It was just an experience. However, yeah. Slow down, play.
So the same thing here. So I think having bad encounters doesn't mean that they had very infrequent sex. They just not good at intercourse. Some people are just not good.
That's very true.
Yes.
That's very true.
And I don't want to find out after 5 or 6. One is enough for me.
Okay.
You don't give the second shot?
You don't give a second shot.
I give a second shot.
If the sex is bad, the first time you're out.
First of all, I don't have to go down this route anymore. But I in the past,
Yeah.
yes, I was not trying to revisit a bad experience.
Wow.
That's not. I got too much life to live. I'm not going down a bad road on purpose. Not at all.
We've been on the show. We've been on the show plenty of times talking about how we've given bad experiences the first time, and if some of us were lucky to get another chance, I made sure I satisfied the second time because the first time around wasn't the best. Wasn't my best gift.
I'm gonna stick to the topic.
But yeah. But Shanae says and I want to say this on camera. What I care about is sexual health. Are you up to date on your STD and HIV testing? Do you use protection? It's very important.
It's very
Keep
important.
in mind,
Yeah, keep in mind, y'all. Make sure y'all wrap it up.
Anything for Selena said something that they liking, but I can't find it. So to say what you're saying.
All right, yeah. So what I've come to experience, what I've come to notice is that when you have female friends who are honest with you about their lives, not saying this is all female, not saying this is all female friends, because some women are more conservative, some women are not, but generally, like a lot of when you have female friends who are honest with you, women fuck, bro. Women
I
are
completely
like
believe
women
that.
are having sex, and if you think they're not having sex, you need to stop lying to yourself.
You're bugging.
You're bugging.
You're bugging.
You're bugging. Cause you know what it is? If you're a dude who's getting vagina from multiple women, those women are telling somebody else that they're not having sex like that. Meanwhile, you're sleeping with those women.
Smashing their brains out.
They're telling one dude like
Doing all types of shit. And they will request all types. They'll request all types of ish.
So that whole thought process.
There's been a girl who's told me that she's having sex every other month, and I know 2 other niggas she was smashing. Why is she telling me this? I know 2 other niggas. Huh?
Isn't it funny how women want to keep their virtue?
Yeah.
Even in conversation.
But you know what it is? I've said this before, where I've said that men's value come from what they can provide, and the woman's value comes from their flower. So therefore, they want to protect their virtue. They want to protect their virtue because they feel like this is what's important. But when in all reality, how like it is important to men in your mind. You're like, yo, I don't want a lot of people that smash my shorty. But you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
There's so much more to a woman than a vagina.
And there you go.
There's so much more to
there you go.
Sex. I think that's just the immature, like the thought about like what y'all bring to the table. Like that, it's limited to that, and that's not gonna get far.
DJ Black Tie 516 says mouth better be on 1,000 if you got some bad coochie. Just yeah, your mouth game gotta be crazy.
Like I said,
that was a good comment to read.
But like Rich said, you really will never know, so you can't let that bust your mouth.
Yeah, you can't let that be a focus of yours. To be honest, like when you're in high school, you're right. That's one of the most important things. You don't want to go to a party and like, there's 6 niggas in there that smash your shorty. Like that's crazy. But as an adult,
it's happening. I mean, not for me. But like,
it's definitely happening to people. It's happening to people. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But as an adult, you really think your shorty don't went to your shorty went away to college? She done been on vacation. It cannot be a factor. And when I watch some certain podcasts, men are talking about how I can't be with a woman who's done this and that. Oh, her. This is her flower, or whatever it may be. And I'm like,
I talked about how I can't be with a girl that had a train ran on her or something like that. Like,
if I'm aware of it, but I'm being, but that's being honest. That's being honest.
Because it plays to her character and her virtue. But in reality, if she hasn't shown you a default in her character that could look like a woman that behaves like that,
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't want to. Don't let me know that.
If you had a train ran on you, said that.
If you had a train ran on you, for me, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Ever. Not even if you want them to be 100% honest with you.
You want a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What about you running a train on women?
Listen, if you don't want to know that, don't tell me you don't want to know that. Because I've done it.
You just told them all.
They know now, Rich. They know now.
High school shit, though. Like, I would never want to smash a chick with another dude right now.
You said the last time you ran a train was in high school?
Yeah.
That was a question. And I'm asking you, am I wrong about that?
I don't know. I was asking.
I've not ran no train since high school.
Really? Since high school?
Anything for Selena said no train talk.
I don't know.
No train talk. They say no train talk. They want us to talk about train talk.
I'm over here like
those years blur. Like from like 17 to 25 blur for me.
No.
17 to 25 blur for me, so I don't know.
I have a question for you.
Don't come on.
Yeah, leave it. I have a question for all y'all, but I'm gonna ask you first. On a scale of 10, from 1 to 10, 10 being the most important, 1 being the least, of course. How important is sex or / intimacy in your relationship?
Yo, YouTube getting lit.
So
shout out to YouTube.
Thank you.
Shout out to YouTube. My bad, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's all good.
Y'all need to go to YouTube because the mic is better on YouTube. I'm trying to tell y'all.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most important, 1 being the least.
What I think is more important is intimacy, and it's a 10. I've limited the thought of sex being the most important. It's up there. It's really up there, but. I understand intimacy so much different now in my maturity and in my new relationship, and it's required to have a sound and a foundation in a great relationship.
I like that.
So yeah,
Rich.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, I got you.
I like that.
I can't even dodge it.
I love you. Go ahead.
How important?
After experiencing being with somebody who I found attractive physically, but not being able to connect with them as far
Intimately.
as far as
No sex.
no.
I don't know.
I didn't say I was a part of the train that we were talking about. With
No train talk. No more train talk.
No,
We're moving on from the train talk.
I never said it was us. I was just asking him a real question. I just was not sure.
Don't want to take the MTA test.
Niggas be running trains but don't want to take the MTA test.
What is that?
Go ahead.
MTA, nigga, the train.
MTA test?
Yeah, to become a train conductor, bro.
What's wrong with you?
Rich.
That was a good joke, Ali.
It was an joke. Yes, that was a good joke. Yeah, get yourself a career if you want to run trains.
That was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Yo,
I was like, my bad.
Get back to it.
Yeah,
Wait up, y'all. Wait up. Because you was on to something, man.
but no, yeah. After experiencing that, like, you don't even get turned on. At least for me, like, if I can't share certain things with you mentally and like my joys and be able to vent you about stuff that you may not care about, but you should at least show interest because you have interest in me. My sexual attraction to you diminishes. It's like non-existent.
So is it a 10 or is it a 1 or is it a 6?
I used to think that sex was super important, but because of the fact that I felt like I lacked affection growing up, I feel like affection and intimacy trumps it. Like
That's what I said. Sex / intimacy.
No, it's not. I don't think they're the same thing. Sex is not the same thing as intimacy.
I don't think they're the same
I don't think they're the same thing.
No, I said that. It's not the same thing.
I didn't say it was the same thing. I said sex / intimacy.
You can't flash. Like,
Okay.
Is it? I would rather sex or intimacy, and I'm telling you that.
So what do you put?
Okay,
all right, go ahead.
I'm telling you, I think intimacy. I mean,
Come on. I want to get the black.
I'm trying to. You know,
He does this to me all the time. I'm just saying, bro. Keep it moving.
Intimacy.
Intimacy is a 10.
10. Okay. I was getting a number. I didn't get a number.
Up here is 10.
Black. The scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most important, 1 being the least.
Just real quick, you know, if you had a show where you asked a question and just asked for a number and they could give you a number and moved on, that show would be horrible. Just to let you know that. But go ahead. I'm just letting you know that.
I told you he has to do it.
That was crazy. You want me to give you a number and move on? My bad. I'm just letting you know.
Back to what you're saying. For intimacy, again, I'm going to piggyback off of what you said. It's more than sex. Intimacy is more than sex. Intimacy, to me, is just your company sometimes, just laying there next to you sometimes, talking, whatever. All of that shit counts as intimacy. So
how important is that?
Is a 10.
Can I ask a question then?
Mm-hmm.
If you had a chance to wait till marriage, would you?
Before you're having sex? No.
Did you?
I would have,
because
I would have.
You already said about intimacy.
Yeah. I would have waited longer to. I would have waited longer to have sex than I did. I would have lost my virginity at a later time in my life than I did.
Oh, okay.
But not waited till marriage.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Would you?
Well, I am now.
So you and your partner have not been intimate at all? How long?
No, we have been intimate. We just haven't had sex.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, we just thought.
Yes.
We determined the
We just
quality of
did
the
that.
two,
Yes.
so I wanted to understand if you wait, but understanding the value doesn't stop y'all from having sex.
Okay. So how long have y'all been together without having sex?
Nah, see, that's.
Yeah, I want to know that too. Yeah.
It's been around 2 months.
Okay.
2 months.
No, it's not.
Come back to us next year.
At first, I don't plan on not being married for that long. In my opinion, hopefully she's on the same time. But I think it's for me, a week is a long time, and it was to who I was.
No, that's what I was.
No, it was to who I was. So
yeah, I'm with him.
the 2 months that I've experienced is. It's a lot of intimacy that I've never experienced, and I'm safe with the issue of like sex being convicted of sex. Like, I need to have sex. I need to have sex. We've been tested, but it's not something that I think I'm gonna have a problem with through the duration of the maturation of the relationship. I intend to wait. I don't think it's for everybody. I think it's a very, very, very intentional thing.
Okay.
Anything for Selena says, I think that's why guys now will take a strong 7-8 with a great connection over a 10 with no connection.
100%.
Facts.
100%.
Facts.
100%.
100%.
Facts. I'm definitely learning.
100%.
I'm about to be 36. I'm still learning about like this show teaches me about relationships. It teaches me about myself, and I want to rescind the comment I made in the past. I used to say that marriage is based solely on business. I want to take that back.
What?
Yeah. I want to
Wow.
take that back.
Growth.
What is going on?
Growth on this 100th episode,
I
y'all.
want to take that back.
It's really the 100th
It's really the 100th,
I
y'all.
want to take that back.
That's
Because
big.
From everything, even what he just said, where he
Big
like,
talk.
we have been intimate, but we just haven't had sex.
Yeah.
There's only been 2 months. I'm coming.
We're gonna come back to young man. We're gonna come back to young
But
man.
just because what he said, like, a week is a long ass time, bro.
Because you've expressed how you fall in love very easily. You well, not that you fall in love easily. You know when
When it's
very early. Right,
that
right.
is
And I guess
this is something you want.
Is that a sentiment you would share? You know early. Like you can tell when you have that connection with somebody.
Yeah, it's only happened a few times, and a few times where the relationships. But this is a different experience here.
Yeah.
Like entirely. So yeah, you know. And sometimes what happened for me in those other ones was sex opened up the knowledge. Because otherwise it was just it's not the same. Because like sex created a knowing for those last few. This I know, and I haven't had to get close to having sex. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much more about this connection that I'm intentional about a marriage, intentional about like having a 40-year anniversary with this person. Like I'm thinking about that level of connection.
Wait, can I ask a
Everybody
question?
said whoever this girl done changed you. They in the comments saying my son done changed.
The people who know you, they say you've changed.
We
bro.
got a question on the couch.
We got a question. Go for it. Since you came in.
You guys have had sex and then you decided not to go forward.
Nah, I haven't had sex with
Never.
her once. I have not
Never.
had sex.
Never.
Never had sex.
Oh.
Never. She said, "Oh."
They saying, "Well done, Brody." They saying, "My son done changed." The real OC said, "Come from a person who cannot get it weekly. Months can be long, but it's
They
discipline."
want to know how old you are.
We're all the same age.
Yeah,
36.
yeah, we all 36. We're all 36.
Well, yeah.
I'm turning 36
Well,
in a month. I'm
I'm
sorry.
35, but
I'm
yeah.
35.
Hold on, we
35 turning 36.
You're
hold on, we got-
Rich is really 36. We're turning 36.
Yo, thank you for that clarification. I needed that. I needed to hear that clarification.
we got some questions. We got some questions on YouTube.
Yes, let's go
Question
for
on
it.
YouTube.
Let's go for it. Shout out to a lot of critical thinkers on YouTube, man.
No, when we speaking about virtue, Norwegian Smith on YouTube say, yeah, we want to keep our virtue because you guys label us as hoes. What'd you say?
They label
They label each other as hoes.
They
They
label
label each other as worse sometimes, bro. It'd be crazy.
Erica has asked everybody on YouTube, has anyone experienced sex without intimacy and how was it? Ooh.
Popping.
Sex without intimacy?
Yeah.
That's regular degular.
And that's free shit. That's
Yeah.
what?
Trash.
That's
But I'm guessing that the making love is what they're missing.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever made love before?
Ooh, I was just about to
love
ask
has
that.
already been made. You're just continuing it. But that's
We
how
got-
I feel. That's it.
Have you ever
That's just how I feel about it.
partook in love?
Have you ever partook it? You partake in something that's existed for millennia. Please,
No,
and I say it jokingly, but you
answer the
know.
question seriously. He actually
Or
really
have you ever experienced love in the sexual encounter?
Yes.
Like that part.
Oh, yes.
And that's what I mean by made love. Well, you know, you have a whole wife, so I would hope.
Yeah.
that
You made love.
I really would hope. You
Yes,
have.
they have four children.
Hey, listen,
to be honest,
and
I've had a whole wife too, and I don't think I've ever made love to anyone I've had sex with. And it's because,
I hope
of
nobody
intimacy
that
issues.
You had
and it's
sex
not
with.
issues. It's understand. I never understood intimacy like I do now, so I know.
were
I
any of
know-
these partners your friend at all? Did you establish like kind of any kind of connection on a
Nah,
friendship
sex
level?
opened up the relationship. You know, and then that's kind of the issue with knowing how to make love. I've tried, man. I've tried to tap into like a personal space where I can give that energy out, and it wouldn't last long enough for it to like involve me in the sex. So I know I've never experienced.
So let me ask you a question. What would be making love to you? What do you think that feeling would be? What would that be?
Because I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I do know.
What do you have an idea what it consists of?
I don't know, because sex has always been the same at levels. Good, bad, no, good, well, it's been bad times, and I've definitely had to, but I don't know, I don't know, I feel like how I feel about the person I'm with now, it's undoubtable I'm making more love than sex. It's just because I know where the passion lies for that person, for that spiritual being. It's more than just the interaction. I'm a pleaser at the gate, so like now it's taking it to another level.
Wow.
That's...
See, I don't necessarily correlate having sex with making love, because I feel like the way you're describing it, making love for me and my wife can just be me rubbing her feet and just like, you know, and massaging her, because that's what I know she loves. So it's, you know, whenever I just want to please her and I want to give her her night, it's all about getting out the massage oils, and I'm like, babe, I'm about to give you a massage. You're about to fall asleep, and that's that. I mean, and I'm pleased with that. I'm happy with that. But I do usually say on the show, man, it is very important to have that kind of connection with, and I believe you are building that by doing this in your own right, in your own way, by not having sex necessarily with your partner right now and building on that intimacy, because it is way better when it's done with someone that you are passionate about and that you have that connection with that's more of your friend than it is with somebody who you're just like, yo, I just need to get this nut off. Because it's definitely been different with my wife because of that very reason. So I will definitely suggest that. You're on a good path, my man.
I actually looked at you first, though.
Jesus Christ.
I pointed to you. Go ahead.
Nick?
Jesus Christ.
I would say,
Go ahead, big guy.
I would say I think the difference with like fucking and like making love is essentially the intention behind it, right? So I feel like if when you're fucking, the intention is usually
when you're having sex.
But I'm using the word fucking for example.
I know why, but you said it once and we will say
here we go.
Alright, cool, but when you're just having sex, it's usually for a selfish reason, whether it be to get the pleasure or whether it be to get an ego boost. Because like a lot of times when people are having sex, they're trying to get an ego boost, like I could do this to you, and that is like kind of like a self pleasure. But I feel like with making love, it's more like your entire intention is like, it's a communication with the person. It's like you're literally trying to communicate spiritually with them through sex. So it's more like you're there trying to please them, but they're also trying to please you. It's like you're pouring into them, giving yourself to them kind of, and they're doing the same in return. So it's a little different than just like trying to get yours off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. P?
I don't agree with that shit.
You don't agree with that?
No.
All right, speak up, please. Go ahead. How you feel? Have you ever made love?
Do you feel like you've ever made love?
I feel like I'm always performance based.
He's performance based.
As long as you're pleased, that's my pleasure.
Hold on.
So that's, you feel like I'm making love to you, then I feel like I've made love to you. But my intention wasn't to make love. It was just to make you feel good. Make me feel good. Obviously, I'm not making it like it's a selfless act, but I always want to play. I always want to please, and I'm not pleased if you're not pleased. So I feel like possibly, but that was never my intention.
Since y'all want me to answer it.
No, not since we want you to answer.
He be trying to dodge
You
shit.
be dodging every single question.
You can't dodge shit no more. It's for reasons. Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't think I have. I don't, and like how he said, I don't know what that if it were to occur, I don't know if it occurred and I didn't feel it or I didn't know. I know that, like he said, if there was a moment, it definitely changed very quickly to me, stroking more than making love. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying I've never been in love or nothing like that. I'm just more so saying like I don't think I've ever. Like, have I had passionate sex? Yes. Have I caressed somebody when I'm having sex with them? Yes. But did I feel like it was love making?
No.
Like I like as far as that whole idea, if love making is where you create soul ties, that's never happened for me.
Facilita just said that. Sometimes when you're making love, you don't even realize you're having sex. It's like real soul ties.
Okay.
Y'all please each other without trying.
Look at that. There
So
you go.
you've never had
That's crazy.
that.
I've never felt like I don't feel like my soul ties are made from sex. Like I have soul ties with women that are just my friend that I've never had sex with.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So I don't feel like that's where soul ties come from. Like I said,
But
because
do you think that you could have soul ties with people, with especially if you're in a relationship? Do you think you could have a soul tie with somebody
else
outside? Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% feel that way. Like I feel like you can have soul, like sex does not create my soul ties because, as I said, my value didn't come from my penis. My value came from how I treated a woman, how I could provide and protect and all that different stuff.
So there's
Like the connection that we make is not necessarily based on my because if you're a person that gives good D, right? Not advertising, like just saying in general.
That was an advertisement.
No.
It's all right.
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
If you're a person that gives good D, right? To every woman, like to a woman who probably never experienced you, she's gonna look at it and be like, "Damn, that was fucking crazy. Like, yo, this nigga put it on me." Meanwhile, that dude has experienced that from so many different women. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, to him, it's like I didn't create a soul tie with you because I bust everybody's ass. Like
Nah, right. He's right.
Yeah, but it's very performance based. But you know
I honestly feel like, Rich, you're removing that person from. You're just regarding the poom poom because she's not like every other woman. She is a different woman, and you seeing it as I bust everybody's ass. It's not like you bust everybody's ass. That's her. You've bust a lot of women's ass that are from different walks of life with different attraction levels to you, and so it's. I mean, just to blanket them, I feel like is
it's not about blanketing them. It's more so that if you're hearing what I'm saying, I think I create soul ties from connection, which is why I said I think I put intimacy higher than sex. That it all connects. Like at least I stay consistent in what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like soul ties come from sex. At least not for me. Not for me.
But I think that we had put intimacy a part of the sex, but you're separating it.
I'm separating it.
You guys.
I think that I get more. I get more excited about sex with a woman that I can enjoy conversation with than somebody that I can't. Like even if you're a bad shorty, maybe the initial time, like because you're attractive, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go in. But then after that, it's like, all right, I did it.
You know,
what makes you dope after that?
That you say that to piggyback off of that, when I told you about my DR trip, it wasn't exciting for me. Because I couldn't conversate with the girls over there. It was weird.
Have you ever done the DR trip?
He's in a relationship now, bro.
He had the past.
I'm really joking.
But I was with my ex-wife when I did it. So.
Oh, so you didn't indulge? You didn't indulge in none of that?
No.
Wait, you thought about it?
You asked me about DR. I said I've never indulged in anything in DR.
This guy, he's a political guy. I like that. Hey, you running for president or shit? He's good.
What I will say is this: I went on a trip with my cousin. It was his bachelor party, and I was. You know what goes on at bachelor parties? Yeah, it was Costa Rica.
Unspoken.
Costa Rica.
But I don't believe.
We actually don't know, but
I don't believe in.
Gross out too.
I was single at the time. I want to hope I was.
It don't matter. You're not in that
like you
relationship no
said,
more.
things are blurred. In terms of time. I don't remember.
Time
But no,
blurs.
I just don't believe in paying for like that kind of interaction. So it didn't happen for me because my pride was involved.
Okay. All right.
Talk your talk.
There you
So
go.
don't get me wrong. Had I had a good connection with somebody, and it just happened. Was I trying that really hard? Nah, because everyone was of the culture out there, so it wasn't really nothing I can do to really have a connection that I could run game on and get to with that level. But I don't believe in that. I've never done it. I can never do it.
Okay. Next topic, real quick.
Moving on.
Breakups. We've all experienced them. You've broken up with people before. Have you ever have you ever broken up with somebody?
Wow. I don't think I have.
It's a very good question to ask yourself.
I've been broken up with.
For all of y'all out there.
Damn, I might be. Damn, is that that's a loser?
For all of y'all out there.
Trait?
No.
For the 30, for the
I'm like, damn, I don't think I've ever broken up with somebody,
for
bro.
the 42 plus people we got, 43 plus people we got watching this right now on YouTube and 47.
No, I have. Yes, I have.
47.
I've broken up with somebody. I've broken up with
All
somebody.
right, was it a relationship or just a thing?
It was a relationship.
Okay.
And I broke it off.
Yeah, so for those of you guys watching out there,
Because
please
I really wanted to be with
send this
somebody
out,
else,
and I want to ask you guys, everybody out there, have you ever broken up with somebody? Think about that. because-
not have somebody broken up with
With you, but you broke up with them.
Yeah, you broke up with them. That's
Have you ever broken up with somebody?
No, not in a real relationship.
What does that mean?
I've had intimate
People you're dealing with.
encounters with girls,
And
and
you just broke
I've
them
had
up.
to do. I know most of them. I was a ghoster.
Oh, damn.
But hold on.
I was
We had an episode. We had an episode of that.
I heard about that one. So, there was one time, in my mature space that I decided to end the sexual relationship, and that ended the relationship. I didn't really want to end the friendship, but there was nothing else to have. So, I think I broke up with a sexual partner. If that makes sense.
Okay.
I never
But
broke
never
up
in a
with an
relationship.
actual relationship. I was always the one that was dead.
Black.
Have you ever broken up with somebody?
I think. What's up?
Have you ever broken up with somebody and it wasn't out of reaction from them doing something messed up?
No, that's my point. That's what I was gonna.
Because
You don't
You know
let,
your
you
friend
don't
too
let me
well.
speak.
He doesn't
You
let
don't
you.
want to tell people my life. You don't want me to talk.
Be
You
mad
don't want me to
specific
talk.
with you. Only you.
He don't be wanting me to talk, but no, I haven't. Out of just like, yo, you know what?
this ain't working out.
This ain't working out.
Whatever chicks say.
We need to
I mean,
be
you said
apart.
that plenty of times. Like you don't do it.
I don't.
You don't
like,
do it.
Men
I don't. It has to be like he wants to say. It has to be like
reactive, or a woman's gonna do it. half the time.
you did. I can't. I have to leave you because you did this. You know what I mean? It has to be.
you-
I've never been like nah. No, I've never. But situationships, I have broken off situations like nah. We need to stop. Shout out to Tanya, the CEO. I've done that, like, you know, like, oh, we just have our sexual encounters, but
We have to. Yeah, we
this
gotta
now.
end that.
Yes. Relationships, no.
Rich, have you ever broken up with somebody?
Yes, recently.
Okay, let's talk about it.
No, we should not.
We don't have to talk about
We
it.
don't need to talk about it.
Let me ask you a question.
And that was the first time. Or hold
He
up.
asked you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
First
All
time.
right, go ahead.
If you didn't make that decision, and I'm sorry to make you talk about it, but I'm just like making it a
Let's
broad
unpack it.
question.
Mhm.
Let's unpack it.
If you didn't make that decision that you knew you needed to make, how long would it have taken for her to make it? You think?
I don't think she would have ever made it.
They always do eventually. If it's not working, the woman will take 2 to 3 years, but she'll do it. I'm very serious. She'll do it.
Let's talk
Most
about
women
it.
do it.
For
It
me,
just it lasts way too long because when you leave it in a woman's like authority, she's gonna wait. She's gonna try, and a lot of times it's because men don't make the decision.
Yo, usual
When
Kevin
they
got the
know.
violins. I can't with him, bro. My man got the violins.
For Rich, you know, he know when Rich got into his bag.
He got the violins. Yo, get the feelings out. Rico Jones said, "I get the feelings out, Rich."
what you were saying, Nick?
I was saying, and in them 3 years, nigga, she going out with a bang, nigga, them whole 3 years. Like, she fucking shit up on her way out.
Hey, listen.
Damn.
But that's true, because a lot of it just gets more and more toxic, and that's what I mean. Like, if your relationship wasn't working, and y'all both can agree on that, right? Or could have agreed on that.
Two people could never agree on a relationship not working. Bro.
Without going to
One person will always say it's not working, and the other person will be like, it could work.
No, see, it could work. Yeah, he's that you agree that it's not working.
Yeah, but they won't ever say the words. It's not working.
But that's
what I'm saying. That's the problem, though.
Thank you.
That's the issue. That's absolutely the issue.
So
women will tell you it's not
what
working.
I think men need to do is, when a decision isn't being made in those times, y'all have to make it. We have to make it. Because if you really pay attention to most of the relationships that were ended by women, they were ended way after they needed to be.
Facts.
That's true.
And it's
and now that
men
we're
don't
finding out
take
80%,
Like
over
you
80%
said,
of
like you
marriages
said, 2-3
are
years
initiated.
down the line, bro. 2-3 years down the
Over
line.
80% of divorces are initiated by the woman.
Where you get those facts from, bro? You just keep saying read those numbers.
Where do you get this facts from?
Read those numbers.
Look at run your Googles.
Stat checks.
You know stat checks. Run your Googles right now. You got it on your phone.
Open AI. I got it.
Yo, you know what I mean? What's the percentage of women that initiate divorces? Because it's a big thing. It's a big thing right now. It's like it's overwhelmingly so that the women are initiating divorces, which means they are walking away. But this is after, like you said, probably after years after it should have ended, and the men are just not willing to let go of the relationship, which speaks a lot to like how much you're willing to stick in something that's not working.
No.
How?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Men are willing to stick into something that they're willing to stick it out with something that's not working much longer than a woman is willing to stick out with something. But they just won't say anything. It'll just be toxic for years, and it'll just run that way based on
You're actually
women.
wrong. So can we go back to finding out
What?
Rich was trying to say?
What he said?
Well, what's the percentage?
You're wrong about the percentage.
Okay, what's the percentage? I asked.
We're saying move on.
Anything for Selena says.
I want to know. Run your what did Google say?
The percentage of what?
Anything for Selena says I ended all my relationships and they were way past due because she's the female. That's what females definitely they be 2-3 years down the line. It should have been over 3 years ago. They're gonna wait 2-3 years and then it's gonna be over.
What are we
That's
doing
100%.
wrong as men, in that space, or because it's very clear there's a consistency of how women operate. But what are we doing wrong as men?
The chat said men are comfortable as long as they're being fucked and fed. How y'all feel about that? They said men are comfortable as long as we're being fucked and fed.
You were about right.
I disagree. Like I said, I disagree because of the fact that I just experienced that where I felt like I felt like I was OD taken care of as far as everything that like that I would necessarily want. However, without a certain connection with that person, as far as
About
commonalities, compatibility, sharing different
70%, by the way. I said 80.
Whatever.
Just saying.
10 is 10.
My boy went to. He said, let me Google this.
Let him finish that.
70% of women
Go ahead,
initiate
Riz. Go ahead,
divorces.
Riz. What you said.
Yeah, basically, you're right. Sunny Days, chemistry. Shout out to Sunny Days.
Shut up.
Without certain chemistry, a lot of shit don't matter.
I was trying to figure out what it is, the reason as far as why we do it. A lot of the times, I think as men, we are always faulted by not giving things a chance, and we have a lot of we get a lot of flack as black men in general. I'll go with the black men thing, and so when we don't give relationship, when we make the decision to end it, we look even worse than we already do coming into the relationship as men that are always given the short end of the stick with everything anyway.
That was my topic.
So-
that was my next topic. That was my next question. But,
Keep going.
Keep going, hey.
keep going.
So the process of us making that decision has a lot to do with how we're seen, but also how we feel about ourselves in the process of like if I don't give this a try, then I'm bad at this, I'm just no good. And a lot of times I think we stick it out because of that, because we I believe we're trying by staying, but a lot of times we don't do anything more than that. which is a problem.
Actually,
Some of us don't. I'm not
I
saying.
think it's detrimental.
Wow.
Like
Big talk.
as someone who just broke up with somebody for the first time in their life ever.
Ever, yeah.
I've never done it. Where it's not because somebody hurt somebody else or somebody.
What? Talk, bro.
What the fuck? You was cheesing though, Black. What the hell was going on? Black was cheesing, bro.
I felt your smile. I didn't even know.
Yo, my man was cheesing over there.
Yo, let your
Wait,
man open up.
Come on.
I didn't say nothing.
Let's just open it up, Black. We need this. We need this. We
I
need
didn't
this.
say anything. I didn't say anything. I was. Go ahead, Rich.
My topic dead ass today was like a lot of the topics as far as breakups was based on like how I was feeling, and one of my questions was are you a bad person for breaking up with somebody?
No, you're sure about like where you're at, where you want to go, but like you said, it doesn't look good, like introspectively, because you decide to say you love this person. I mean, you're not acting on that. It's even like the idea of a man getting married and then switching up. It's very hard for a man that make that decision because we're a man of our word, right? If we want to call ourselves men, so a lot of times
that's a big
we
thing.
have to
That's a big
follow
part.
that word, and when you, that's what we hung up on. Like a lot of women hang us on that word, and so then when we don't follow through with that, we catch ourselves in our space of doubt, our space of unhappiness about who we are if we don't hold on true to our word. And that consistency is something we'll fight for a relationship that should be dead over just because of our word. So yeah, no, I mean,
So you don't think you're a bad person if you break up with somebody?
at this stage of my life, no.
I don't
It's
believe so.
like
I agree with A. I don't think you're a bad person for breaking up with somebody. It just, as Aaron said, I feel like you know more now what you want out of this life than you ever did before.
And look,
You know exactly what you're looking for.
Because look back at what we're saying. When a girl broke up with us, we knew 2-3 years ago
It was done.
it should have really been over.
It should have been over.
Why are they a bad person for
9
doing
times out of 10,
it?
she'll tell you that before you'll say
Yeah,
it. So,
we know. It's not bad, bro. It's not bad. And like you said, as we get older, when we're doing it faster, we know first. And if we're gonna break it off first, it's the best thing, bro.
The situationship said we all need to stop being afraid to do what's best for us.
Yes.
In the end, you're saving everyone's time.
Yes.
I felt bad about ending the situationship because I cared about the person, and I was trying to stay true to that. But when you pull back a certain level of connection for the safety of your progress and your what you're looking for, it's hard to help that person understand.
Talk it to 'em.
Like, yo, you understand why I'm doing this. This is for us to find what we truly want for ourselves.
They don't really understand why you're doing
I mean,
it.
because they're not in that space. They
Right.
want that. They want that
Right.
with you.
Right.
And
Right.
what? But that was a God thing for me, which is a whole nother level of communication and talk. But I had heard something that told me to end that, and then once I figured out how to do it, it took a little time to make the decision. And I felt bad when I had to, because I felt I cared about that person. That's it. That's really all it is. Sometimes you
Can I
care.
add something just as a female?
Please
and
speak-
I agree with
but
everything.
you gotta
that
speak
said.
up. You have to
I'm
speak
sorry.
up.
I agree with everything that
Aaron,
Aaron said. I think that a lot of times when you get to the point where the relationship is just an obligation, that's when it's going downhill. If you're no longer into
Yeah.
them, you're not invested, you
Yeah.
feel alone when you with them,
Mm.
and you're literally there because you don't want to hurt that person, you can't feel bad about that though, because you got to do what's best for you.
I
And
have
honestly, you gotta rip. Sometimes you gotta rip the band-aid. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little blood, but it's better off
It'll
than
heal.
letting it sit there.
That's how you gotta let it go, man.
Like
That was fire.
And we all been there.
P.
Just to put that out there too.
For real, bro.
definitely, the more you try to preserve someone's feelings, the more hurt they are in the end. No matter
It's true.
how nice the words are, even when you're pulling back emotionally, because you feel like the more time you spend with that person, you're developing something that you're not necessarily wanting to be a part of, or it's not working for you in the way that you thought it would work. Like, it's definitely the best thing to just say it then in the beginning when it happens, and you think you're doing the right thing by like, well, I don't know, let me be nice, let me preserve, let me be patient, but you're just building more reasons for that person to hate you at the end. It's like that last time when you should have just ended it there. Now that you remember that time, it's traumatic, bro. These things stay in your body and you don't even realize it. Like you start having back pains and you can't sleep. I'm serious.
No, you not lying. You not lying.
Your hair's long. You like,
Rich.
Grandpa had hair.
Wait a minute, is that why y'all don't have no hair? Wait.
Stressing?
That's not why I don't do that.
You know what's crazy?
We're not doing that.
I say this.
That's not why I don't have hair.
It's a choice.
Partially.
I'm joking.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know exactly why, but that ain't what it is. At all.
I personally, like, matter of fact, like, you can go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead.
feel like I've been talking a lot. Like,
No, it's okay. Talk a lot.
I personally feel like that because although you guys all agreed that you would not experience, you guys would not go through that if you're not unhappy, you would leave or whatever, right? Like you guys.
No, I mean I've honestly said that I've only broken up with one person, and you did it for the first time.
We're saying we stay. We're saying it's usually the girl, unless it's a dramatic.
But just a few minutes ago, he actually.
No, I think we all. Well, I've never done it.
Yeah.
I did it in a situationship, which means I think I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Again, what I got going on right now.
Right.
Yeah, everything good.
I feel like it's a forever thing, so I don't think I'll ever have to experience that. But I do think it's knowledge men need to have, like, make the decision before chaos and.
Or children, or
well, that's chaos and trauma, and it's no. Well,
it could be
when you separate the parents when it's time to separate after the creation of a child.
That's chaos and trauma.
You don't, unless you know how to. And I've seen some good situations. Unless you know how to co-parent,
Navigate.
There's still a level of chaos in creating a personality, a character, in unison with for a child. There's a lot of things that. Like could go wrong.
I agree.
That won't be an issue if you just do it with someone that you're with.
My question now, Rich, for you is now that you have done it and at your age of 36, do you feel like it's something that you could just do now?
I don't like.
Like you be in a relationship with somebody, it's not going well. I'm out.
Anybody I've ever broken up with, I came up with like a reason. Is that 22 people on YouTube?
Yes.
What the fuck? Yo!
Episode, yo. Shout out
to y'all on YouTube.
Yes. We got 30 people on IG.
Yo!
We got 20 people on YouTube. We got 50 people watching the show. But then finish answering the question, Rich. Yeah, right? Stop getting distracted, bro. Stay on to that.
I actually like that he's happy about it.
I didn't know.
No, he did that to stop it.
Everybody want to know. Everybody. He's trying to play my game. Don't let him play my game, bro.
I'll say this, because if you're not trying to finish, I'll speak to what I've heard.
Go ahead.
It's good to tap into this emotional space that you're in and understand your emotions as a man. Because if you're responding responsibly in this state, it'll allow for a more mature relationship, and you might not have to like go through the trauma of having to build something beyond like the stages that you had to go through, because you are at a different place now.
Definitely.
And you can acknowledge a lot more going into something.
Absolutely.
But you have to like tap into that. Agree with it. Feeling bad is better than being angry. It's better than being upset and frustrated, because those are the things that we're so prone to understand emotionally that we don't really heal from what it is, or we don't acknowledge where it is that makes us feel the way we feel. Because again, women are looking for that level of vulnerability from men, so that they can connect better.
Yeah.
That's where intimacy becomes real too.
Yeah.
Even when things ain't good. You feel me? So stay there, bro, and explore it.
I'm trying to grow as far as myself. Like I said, I actually spoke to my boys. I spoke to a couple people that are close to me about whatever I was experiencing, which I don't need to go into detail of. But it was like I genuinely felt bad, because it wasn't like something was done. I wasn't wronged. You know what I mean? It was more so like I didn't see the chemistry that I would want to see with that person wasn't there. And there's other factors that I'm not going into, but like I said,
you didn't see yourself marrying this person.
I didn't see myself. At this point in my life, I didn't see myself having children or getting married. Period.
With this person or in general?
In general, right now.
Right.
At least she didn't make me feel that way.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
say yeah.
No,
That's a better answer.
That's because we're talking about the personal experience,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, nah, that's what's up.
She didn't make me feel that way.
So you responded responsibly to that.
There you go.
Which is good.
You know what I mean? And because of that, I've been stressed out for like the past 3 weeks. Though I'm moving around with the show and everything like that, and like I've been stressed out for the past 3 weeks just because I feel bad. I feel like a shitty person. I feel like a shitty person for trying to avoid a decision that I feel like would turn out detrimental for both of us in the future. But I feel bad. I still feel fucking bad. Like I feel bad. Like I feel bad.
Yeah,
That's natural.
anything for Selena says she left. She said she's agreeing with you. She said she left for communication issues. Like she feels bad about it too. Like, you know, it wasn't because of no cheating. Like I said, it's easy to leave when somebody cheats on you. Like,
right.
Oh, I'm out. You cheated,
Right.
I'm out.
Right.
But when there's no cheating and it's just these little things,
There's just no connection. Right.
It's not a good fit.
It's not a little thing though. If you can't talk to somebody, it's not a little thing. What else are you doing?
Matter of fact,
Right. Yo, P is
right.
He's right.
P is
Make
real.
love. What do you? We gotta
So
talk.
let me ask you a question. So it's been 3 weeks. Right? Have you went on any dates?
Yeah.
Cut that out. Just
Oh
really
no. Actually,
sit in your stuff because it's gonna linger. Because you're distracting yourself, and this is what we was talking about. Like isolate. I'm first of all, I don't really know exactly how to do this, but I do know that it's encouraged. It was encouraged to me. Isolate yourself, bro.
But what if honestly, what if you checked out from that relationship a long time ago? So now that's why, like.
But
I agree with
he
the
can't emotionally attach to that. So
Right.
King Prince said she agree with. Hey,
I don't disagree with him at all. I don't disagree with him at all.
I do believe that you need to sit in that stuff, you know what I mean?
However, what if you felt like you stayed in a relationship where you felt like it was over, but because you knew you would feel bad about ending it, that's why you stayed. Remember,
that's how men operate.
So what if I'm actually ready to date?
Well, tell yourself that, but don't say all that and then say I'm ready to date.
You could feel bad about the person being hurt. You leaving.
If you still got any feelings about it, nigga, you ain't ready to date.
You cannot say no.
I agree.
Hold on.
I agree.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
I agree.
It's not a bad thing.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time. All right, Aaron, hold up. Big Carl's gonna speak too, cause he's really dropping them. He's dropping them back there. But go ahead.
It's not a bad thing that you have to like acknowledge this and explore this. The reality is, you're going into these things because you don't want to be introspective at all. You're at a surface of I feel bad, and what else? What's up? Talk about it. Why haven't you gotten past it? What exactly are you staying at that level of feeling bad? It happened 3 weeks ago, or however long it did.
You know what? We're gonna talk about this off camera.
All right.
Sunny days.
Big Cloud. No, Big Cloud. I just want Big Cloud was dropping some stuff, so I want to know that. Go ahead.
Sunny Days says, are things really over, or do you just want to see what options you have out there?
No. Okay. In all reality, I'm not gonna talk about this on camera.
You don't really.
I don't have to. I don't have to
do nothing.
However, I'm gonna say this: trust and believe. Sunny Days. The answer to your question, I've definitely thought about and went over in my head many times. I do have an answer. I'm just not answering because, like I said, I don't feel necessary to go into every detail of my situation.
Yeah.
However, I feel like because of my situation,
This is. You know what?
It's growth. It's growth. I'm loving this.
That's kind of whack.
Usually,
It's kind of whack. The audience is like, that's kind of whack. We want to hear it all.
We talk about Jerry's relationship.
Hold on.
Jerry his wife's ass.
Come on, bro. Let's go. Not right now. We're not talking about that right now.
I'm not dateable. Nah, yeah, but can I say that? Really
No, he's in the middle of it, so respect that.
Yeah, we usually
and that's
Probably in the middle of shit, nigga.
No, he usually spills his guts.
No, he don't.
Let's be honest. No, he does.
He always goes to the next question. Always on blast. We on blast. We finally breaking through.
What I will say is you said
gonna let
something
that
about
nigga
this
cop
show
out.
helping us get to
All right,
a
hold on, hold on,
certain
hold on.
space.
Yeah.
When you're ready, if you want to use this space to be therapeutic for yourself, let it. But I agree. You're still where you are, and I personally would feel the same way if I wasn't ready to talk about it.
There you
Yeah?
go. You know what I mean? So,
Nah, I'm with you.
I feel like I opened up enough.
You
You
did.
know what I mean? So,
Shout out to you for that, Rich.
you know what I mean? We're gonna keep it moving.
Shout out to you for
Because
that.
we don't care on the
Y'all
couch.
send the hearts right now. If you're NIG or Love Our Critical Thinkers, send the hearts out for Rich right now. I mean, he's feeling a little down, y'all. Make sure y'all send the hearts out for this young man. Very, very, very bright young man. He'll get through this. I'm definitely gonna be a cheerleader in his recovery right now. You know what I mean? And saying that you can do this. You can make this happen. But
Count on me to think
get there.
a friendship that
Will never end.
Yeah. Anyway.
We love you, bro. We love you.
Anyway.
It's good to see this level of vulnerability.
man. Thank you, bro.
I'm serious.
Nah, it is.
Because
It
it
is.
allows us to really heal as men.
Yeah.
I think amongst us, if we can't do this, check each other, be accountable for I want you to be accountable for what you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Me just knowing you, I don't want you to just dismiss them by dating people.
Yeah,
by
no. I respect
hanging
that.
it up on a shelf like your boy Peggins. It's not.
No, I'm not judging you, bro. No, that's for you. That's for them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel judged.
Be like,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Be like 19. Put
But
that there.
because
25?
if you ready to grow,
I don't know
bro,
where it came from.
just allow it to just unfold and unpack it all, man.
Nah. Like I said, we can talk off camera. I just don't feel like it's necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna say by the way, everybody, we always have like a little chill session after the show.
Nah, they said
you know
we
what I
bet
mean?
you in the background hitting the high.
Hitting the high notes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We
Hitting the high notes.
like listen, just to let y'all know, when we throw our live event, y'all really want to pull up.
They said bring you back. When we do our live event, you coming through?
Yeah.
We'll be there.
All right.
Yo,
I mean, we're always live, but I mean like an actual
I said live
venue.
event.
Yeah, a
Live
venue.
event,
Oh,
yeah, a live event, yeah.
Like it's gonna be dope. Y'all gotta pull up to that. We're not done yet though. I do want to ask you. We have never gotten to this question, and I'm not gonna do it right now neither.
You have to. Aaron is the perfect person
Let's
for
do
this
it.
question.
Let's do it. Okay.
Which one? The attachment one?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do this.
Stefan Speaks had a podcast or whatever. Stefan Speaks was on a podcast, the Future Wifey podcast, and on the Future Wifey podcast,
I'm sorry, no.
You know of that podcast?
Very well, yeah. My homegirl has a sister podcast to that podcast.
Dope.
Oh, word?
That's dope.
That's crazy. All right.
Future hubby. It's Jessica Reed. But keep going.
That's fire.
That's fire, man.
Shout out to Future Hubby podcast and shout out to Future Wifey podcast.
Shout out to all of them.
Yeah, word. On the Future Wifey podcast, Stefan Speaks said he asked the question, "What's the difference between connection versus attachment?" He gave a breakdown. Y'all make sure y'all go to that. Go to Future Wifey podcast to go find out what he said. But check us out to find out what my man Aaron's about to say right now.
I'm about to say.
I think
Okay.
you're
Yeah, of
perfect
course.
for
We
this
asking you.
question.
So I think, wow. What's the difference between connection and attachment?
If you feel like there is a difference.
No, I do. But to know what a connection is, I think I'd have to have experienced what I'm experiencing now. Because now it's like, wow, this is really a connection. I will say this: if God's involved, there's a connection. If He's not, it's an attachment. And I'm going that far based on me. I'm not saying that for anybody else. If God is at the center of your relationship, you have a connection because of that, and then that's what I say. But if not, you might just have an attachment because the idea of being equally yoked comes from that space. A lot of times, and this is for me from a spiritual space. You cannot be yoked and be with someone unyoked. That's it. Because when you're trying to do everything from a sound space of the word or the connection you have with God, and that person isn't, you're gonna find yourself alone in that relationship, trying to fight for the growth of it, trying to fight for the connection of it, the communication of it, and that's not gonna work. So if you stick around, it's an attachment.
And I just want to go now because like I said, we get the questions early, and I always try to I take days to think about every question that we ask, and I want to. And now he just said that, and I just opened up something for me because I personally didn't see a difference in them. You know what I mean? I said a connection is a connection, and an attachment is an attachment. It's like a puzzle. You connect a puzzle. You attach a puzzle piece because it connects. That was my whole thinking behind it. But what he just said right there, it kind of.
How many people try to attach a puzzle piece that doesn't though?
No, I agree with that. But when it attaches, it connects.
No? It's not always a good.
I don't know.
There are ways to put. Before you finish.
But what I'm saying is
put
now
a key that doesn't work in a hole and it went in, but it didn't turn.
You changed my perspective.
Oh, okay.
Just now with what you just said,
Gotcha.
because I was saying to myself all week, there's no difference. But when I just listened to him speak, I said, okay, that's right. What he just said, that makes sense. For me, I was saying no, but I'm changing it now. But I want to stick with no for argumentative purposes. So I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say that a connection and an attachment, a puzzle piece, if you connect it, it attaches. For argumentative purposes.
I personally, I do believe that there is a major difference, and I'll use the example of, you ever had like a charger piece that would go into the socket, but it was mad loose, and you'd have to jam it back in there, but it'd come out a little bit, and the connection to your phone is not as strong because it just can't. It doesn't go into the wall quite as
it don't fit.
Right, it don't fit right.
Yeah.
That's, for me, that's like it goes in there perfectly fine. It just doesn't connect. The connection between the energy it keeps getting lost. It keeps it's not filling up that battery. So it's like, for me, you just have the attachment is just the fact that you have that janky charger that you just keep sticking in there, and the connection is that charger that you put in there and you walk away. You don't have to worry about it. You're gonna come back.
You need that charger.
Can you have a connection without getting attached?
Can you have a connection without being attached?
That's what unusual Kevin said.
Yo, Rico Jones said Jerry sound like he could make any convo sexual. Damn, what made you think about sex for a charger piece, bro?
You agree?
The child in me thought you said going in, getting loose, like it keep falling out, not fitting.
It's not fitting.
Yo, what's on your mind?
It's too easy. New York is thinking of sex with every stupid little thing, so it's very easy. I'm sorry.
Yo, usual Kevin said pause. Yo, he said pause. Damn, I can't stand y'all, man. But no, Rich.
I like that analogy though.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because attachments don't always work.
They don't always work.
And you can't get attached. And a connection and attachment are not synonymous, because being connected doesn't have to necessarily mean you're attached based on the reality that I'm talking the same way my girl's talking about me right now. That's based on connection. But if we were in the same room, an attachment will create that. Separating us, that wouldn't create that. In my opinion.
I like that. You know
what I'm saying?
Y'all talk the same way outside.
I believe, because I had not in two places. She's watching this now. She's literally agreeing with everything I say, which means I feel like we're on the same type of time and we're not next to each other.
I like that.
That's not an attack. That's a connection.
That's a connection.
Well, and that's because I feel like we're equally yoked for the first time in my life.
You said equally what?
Yoked.
And
Aaron, can I just say, I see a lot of growth in you. And
Oh, you knew him from?
We all went to school
and
together.
y'all all went to- yeah.
Everybody
That's
except
why
for you
when
and
he said
Eve.
he was a jerk, I was like, oh,
I definitely heard. I'm not gonna
Yeah, that
lie.
was
that was me.
You've heard some stories?
I've heard that. No, since high school, I've heard like Aaron's a jerk.
Nah, but it's so funny. Like I was
You
talking.
know what's crazy? I've never experienced it.
That's
though.
what I.
Like me and you always been cool. Like I never had an issue with
Me
him.
neither. I never experienced with him.
I'm jerk adjacent.
Huh?
I'm jerk adjacent.
He's jerk
I'm jerk
adjacent.
adjacent.
Oh, that's
Everybody-
true.
Yeah,
I get that about Peggy.
Peggy's I actually know Peggy. Peggy is
I
jerk
was close to
adjacent.
Peggy. So
I'm jerk
his attitude and energy is like, okay,
Very similar. Yeah.
I can dodge that. No, I get that.
Everybody from high school who I say, yo, Aaron's gonna be on the show, they're like, he's a jerk. And I'm like, no, he's not. They're like, no, he was. I'm like, no.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna lie to you.
You knew your worth then, and that wasn't a high school thing.
Ooh.
So that's what made.
I appreciate you saying that. I'm gonna tell you why he knows that.
That's big talk. Big talk.
I swear, I'm glad he said that because I usually don't like saying that. But I work with him.
Yeah.
And he saw me in my element. I was not the same guy I saw in high school.
Right.
I loved work. Like in our space at where we worked, I was not the same. I was literally not the same person.
Right.
And I got close with them.
Yeah.
So I kind of couldn't be a jerk because they saw the real side of me.
Yeah.
But I also knew how I was.
Yeah.
I feel like we went to elementary school together.
Yeah.
Would you say I was a jerk then?
Like I said, I've never experienced you being a jerk.
Well, a lot of
Me personally.
a lot of the people I from that time were saying that, and I feel like it's because when I,
I said
was young,
I didn't say I said I didn't experience.
No,
I'm
I
not saying I
know,
didn't see
I
it,
mean,
but I saw it. I saw it. I definitely saw it.
Anything for Selena has been on IG really talking about some really good stuff. She said, most of the people I'm connected to, I'm not attached to. Connection is intimate, meaning it can't be changed whether we are together or not.
Yes.
She also said attachment changes based on circumstances. And she also said, who's his girl? I need some tips because LMAO, your girl. I mean, they talking big talk. People are loving you right now. And I must say, man.
They said she in here watching. If she
Don't tag her. Don't tag her.
Do not.
If she wants to be known, she'll
Yeah, do not do that, y'all.
Just for a little quick breakdown, Stefan Speaks. Y'all go check it out. Make sure y'all go check it out on Future Wifey Podcast.
Please.
He used what he said was connection is more so when you are completely yourselves with the person. You like each other at the core, and you don't get scared as your connection goes deeper. Your spirit recognizes your match. Attachments are more so an infatuation due to looks, spent time together.
Ooh.
They grew on you, very surface driven.
So let me ask. I got a question about that connection shit. So say we're connected, right? And you're doing something off brand, and I talk to you about it.
Communicate. That's good.
Because it's our connection. I know that this is off brand. Do you feel that's like, oh, we're not connected no more because this is something that
No.
it's not.
No, that goes to speak on your connection.
That actually speaks to your connections.
That's-
We're still connected, no matter like. If it will be extremely hard for you to change my view of you when I have a connection of you. Like
Yes.
like you can tell me some shit and I'll be like, that's crazy, but
I love you. I still love you.
You shouldn't feel like you can't talk to me no more because of that, right?
Yes.
Because I checked you on something, or I not even checked you. I said that's crazy, or whatever it is, on what you told me. You should still be able to communicate with me, regardless of that.
I think it's less about how they communicate with you and more about how your view doesn't change of them because of what they said to you.
Because of what they said. Because I say that all the time. I was like, listen, my wife could come home and tell me she murdered somebody, and I'd be like, all right, so we're going to come up with a story on you being with me that entire time when the cops come. It's like, I won't change anything about you because of that, because I'll be like, you know what? You needed to do that.
Eddie can't commit crimes and say she was with you.
Eddie can't commit. You just said the words. Eddie can't commit crimes. The woman, I'm trying to get her the hell out of the house.
He tried to switch it because you said Hetty. We all know her name on the show.
No, I'm saying
He's saying he wants her to go outside. It's not happening.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron.
Henny for underscore says.
I didn't hear
I
that.
know her shit, bro. I don't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing that she can really do to fuck up our connection.
Shout out to my cousin Busy Bones who just joined the chat. Where the fuck you been, bro?
Nah, fuck Busy Bones.
I'm not
Damn.
Damn.
Like,
You in trouble, Busy. Let's go.
Personally. Take it personally.
where you been, bro?
Take
Like,
it personally.
Living his life, bro. Leave him alone, man. He's been living his life, bro.
Why are you telling me how to talk to my cousin?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Did I change it? Take it personal.
Where the fuck you been? Anyway, I'm gonna skip this question. I want to get because we gotta wrap this up.
We gotta wrap it up.
I want to get to our classics.
Kim Classics.
Start it off, Jerry,
I always gotta start it off.
because it's a good one. It usually takes a while. So.
Okay. You two options. You have to choose one and tell me why. Would you rather be single and lonely or married and miserable?
I have to choose one.
And why? You said death?
Yeah.
That's a first.
I'm not, that's a first one. I've never.
I've been married and miserable. I've never really been single and lonely, but I know that I've tried not to be lonely because I'm dating, so I avoid loneliness in my singleness, but I don't like it. If those are the two options,
Yes.
and that's my life, then what am I here for?
Wow. Listen, I'm not gonna even.
So being lonely is I don't even know how people do it.
Yo, nigga,
And there's people out there that have to do this whole thing
I could
alone.
I could not be lonely.
Well, I can be
But
alone.
y'all chose
but I don't
single
have-
lonely, though.
I
I
could
don't
be
want to
alone.
be alone.
I don't want to be lonely. You're right.
And that's a depressing experience. There's nothing about that experience that's normal.
That's interesting you say that, Rich, because you would rather choose out of the two, or you said plenty of times on the show that you would choose single and lonely.
I was choosing lonely because, like I said, I can like the chick said in Atlanta, I could unlonely myself. I could, you know what I mean?
Then you're not really experiencing that true feeling, right or wrong.
That's what I'm.
That's why I said that.
Right.
Because
He said death.
Because
bro.
if it's tough-
Shit. He
Let's
chose
be clear.
an option that wasn't there.
He didn't
said
say
death.
single and alone. He said single and lonely. It means that no one wants you.
Yes.
No one wants us.
I have no friends.
Is
I have
that
no
not what
family.
you're saying?
Single and lonely or married and
You know what's
miserable.
funny? I'm so glad. Yo, can I shake your hand? Every time we give that scenario to people always add the unlonely. So I started doing it too. But initially,
Yeah, you can't. I've never been lonely long enough to want.
I've
to
been
like,
lonely. It's not fun.
Right. But I'm just saying,
I've definitely-
you unlonely yourself.
Bro,
right?
what? I'm the only child of my parents. I only have like half brothers and half sisters, and I was.
So you really
I
were
was a child
alone,
born
but
out of
you
wedlock.
experienced
Yeah, like you know,
loneliness.
I've
Gotcha.
absolutely experienced
Understand.
loneliness in my life, and
It's
I
not
would never
something you wanna
suggest it. I
exactly.
would never suggest it.
So-
I've chosen married and miserable for that reason, but you have to make a
I've
choice
been
out of the
married,
two.
and I can die. That is always an option.
He's saying I can die, and I can't argue that. I can't argue that. I'll die. Give me death.
Which means that my next marriage is not going to be miserable at all.
I hear that.
I plan on living a very long time.
Is the international sign.
Talking to them.
So wow, I mean that was the answer, bro. That was the
That was a great
answer.
answer.
I've never heard that before, but thank you for that one, brother.
What is your most toxic trait?
Oh, you got it?
Besides,
We discussed it, yeah.
Besides being the jerk.
I don't think I have another one.
I do. You said you match energy. That's toxic.
Well, all right, so the level. all right, hold on, wait.
Let the man speak.
So good. I'm so glad you bring it up. I've learned that it takes a person you respect and love, and those two things are necessary for each other to happen in a relationship, for you to not match energy. Because a lot of the times when I was matching energy, it was because I thought I was talking to someone on the street after a while. Like I wasn't just talking to my girl, and now you transformed, now I gotta treat you like I treat everybody out in the street. I'm not talking to you with any love or respect. I'm talking to you like you're talking to me, and not thinking about the ramifications of my response. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna take it to another level. And then I'm gonna be the problem because of that level I took it to, and not the source of the issue. We'll never get to that. So what I've learned is to stay calm and keep everything lower than the other person, because I have the power to make it worse. So I don't match energy anymore. I don't want to. I love peace. I like peace. I like the idea of misunderstandings as opposed to arguments. I'm more into that now. Even though I love to debate, I'm just I'd rather get to a point of understanding or agreeing to not understand. So
Agreeing to
matching
disagree,
energy
right.
no longer has been. Yeah, I'm not on that type of time no more. I swear I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My current job.
Big talk, brother.
My current job. I have to work with the. I run units on the hospital floor or not, but I'm not clinical, so I have to work in unison with someone who is the nurse manager, and dealing with another person where you have to avoid where it shouldn't be an argument. It should be a miscommunication or misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
That shit matters so much.
Yes.
Like from having this job, like what you just said is vital. Where it's like this is not an argument. This is a misunderstanding because we need to be able to communicate effectively.
That is always the goal, to understand each other.
Yes.
Even if you don't agree.
Facts.
Even if you
don't agree, that
But there's a level of maturity
That's
there because
fire.
that's why arguments spiral out of
that's
control.
fire. That's
Because
fire.
you think that you
That's
should
fire.
be agreed
This
with.
nigga said even if you don't.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fire.
That's
That's
fire.
fire.
Big
Yo.
Big talk, Aaron. Big
That's
talk,
fire.
man.
Even
For
if
real,
you
for real,
don't
bro.
agree.
That was fire, man. That was fire.
Those
I can't
words
lie.
right there.
That's fire.
I honestly do look to, for more of that, more so than, because it used to be the arguing, and it's, I'm this July will make it 9 years that I've been married, and
Congrats, man.
I will say that, and for the first 3, 4, 5 years, it
Yo,
was
bro,
just.
I feel like it's your anniversary every month. Like,
I feel like we always
yo,
like.
yo,
It's
I
always like.
ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just
Let me
making.
tell
I'm
you
gonna put that out
something.
there.
I congratulate any young black couple that is seeking growth month to month, day to day,
Yeah,
week
yeah.
to week, especially in this climate.
Anything was. I'm not gonna read her comment. Go ahead. It has nothing to
But
do with
I will say that to what you just said, I am like, now I find myself, I'm like, yo, we about to be like together 10 years. I see myself being with you when I'm old and gray. I just want to find. I just want to see where we could find the peace, even if I don't agree with you on something, instead of just us arguing all the time, because that's so much more draining. It's so much more work to frown and be upset than it is to, just be happy with the person and just be like, you know what, we're together. Like, what are we even doing this fighting for? We're gonna be together tomorrow and the next month and the next year. So I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying, man. Absolutely. I'm working more and more towards that instead of the argument.
What you about to say?
It might not connect, so I'm just gonna leave it in my head.
Cool. Like, you got one you want to ask him?
Like,
We in the classics. We in the classics
we
now.
in the classic, yep.
Yeah, the liquor hitting.
Liquor is fucking.
It's licking.
Liquor is licking.
The liquor is licking. you know, Black, when he's lit, he's smiling a whole lot. But your man's teeth is.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of nice too.
But
I'm okay. But I'm
go ahead, Black.
You see when I go like this? When I do shit like
When
this.
you shake, because you be shaking and shit.
What is your most toxic trait?
He already
You just
asked.
did that.
Oh, we did? Wait, what did you did that?
It's funny because I don't know. I feel like it came out of nowhere with a question.
Oh, it just came.
It was
I
a
answered
question.
it.
Yeah,
It wasn't answered.
and I had to.
It was
I had to-
answered.
I had to
No. But I'm saying it just came in. It
So
wasn't
I
asked.
I didn't answer it because he said, "Don't give me the answer you gave me before," and then
he just explained how
she
he's not a
explained
gentleman.
that I like to match energy,
Yeah.
and that's
All right,
yeah.
so we're moving on. So we got that one. We got that out the way.
I answered another one.
He did it. He
I
just
said,
explained
I
how
said we
he's
got
not-
that out the way.
No, I said I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then,
that
and then you explained how, because she said,
Yeah.
she said what she said.
You matches it.
I know.
And you explained how you don't match energy no more. So you didn't give another one, but you don't have to give another one.
I mean I
Do you have one?
I don't. First of all,
Wait,
if I have one, I'm working on it.
Okay.
This is the one we asked you.
No, but see,
But do you know what it is?
here's the thing. No, not the most. No, I have a lot of small details of issues that I gotta work on. I spend money erratically. I don't think
That's little to you? Spending money erratically is little to you?
when I
could be a
say
very
when I,
toxic
no,
trait,
no,
my
all right.
friend.
So in the sense of investing, in the sense of it's not a bad thing. It depends on who you're talking to. I've learned in that I'm learning in that space to operate differently because of the life I want to live and how longevity is more important than the moment. But like that's why I'm saying I don't think I'm toxic in these areas. I think I'm developing. So like when y'all say toxic, I'm thinking I have a stubborn energy about it. That yeah, this is who I
Are
am.
you a Taurus? Oh, okay. Just making sure.
What are you?
Grace Funny for God say, okay, Arms. Y'all, who is this man?
call him
He is in a relationship. That's who he is, all right?
But that does not mean you can't follow him in his podcast.
Yes.
You
please.
you make sure you do that. Mr. Always Good, Never Bad, all right? You make sure you go follow him so you can see more of his arms, all right? There you go. Listen. I got this.
Good shit.
There was a question I thought I was about to answer.
You was about to say what's your other toxic trait is.
Nah. What's it?
All right, so then what you was about to answer was, what are your 3 biggest pet peeves when dating somebody?
Pet peeves.
Oh, somebody get pet peeves. I mean, some people don't have to.
You're right.
So one of my pet peeves is going on dates. I guess I have to go with
Nigga
this.
say his arms is arming.
Everyone says that. His arms is definitely arming.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I went on a date once, and someone decided to order almost over 10 drinks and wasn't drunk.
Oh,
And the reason why it pissed me off is because
That's crazy. No, that's wild, boy. Wait, was this like Shirley Temples or some shit?
that was nuts.
over $400. I was looking at the bill like the man in me wouldn't let her pay, but I had every intention of being like, yo, here. You're not drunk. You're not tipsy. If anything resulted in that, you knew what you was doing. Why did you have to drink 9 times just to be here? You could have had a club soda, and we would have been in the same situation. So my pet peeve, I guess, because I don't have a lot of pet peeves.
So she should have been drunk. If she drank all that,
should have come.
I agree with you.
No, and not for that. She was cool, but I never wanted to go out with her ever again. Because you mismanaged that experience. It was the first time too, and you should have done something like 4th date, 5th date, something crazy like that. Because you got a tolerance.
No, what kind? I need to know what kind of drinks were these. It don't matter. Nah,
it don't matter.
It was hard liquor.
It don't matter.
Talk about the comments. The comments is going crazy.
Go for it.
Anything for Selena said. LMAO 10 drinks. She gotta pay for herself. She's bugging. She should have showed up with a. She should have brought a bottle with her pregame.
Young people like say at 10 drinks we going Dutch. 10 drinks is crazy.
That's insane.
I would cut somebody off. Well, I was looking at her after like the 3rd drink, like ordering. Like, I'm not drinking no more. Stop. Like, this isn't our experience. Now you are all alone. Why are you doing that? So that
I'll take another one.
You're
about an 8th drink. By number 8, what was your demeanor like?
So I kept trying to get out of there. So I have a gentleman complex. I have a gentleman complex. When things go bad, I keep tapping into that person more because I need you to see how you should be treated, even in your worst. Because what you're gonna now look at is like me as the pedestal,
right?
Whenever you go out, but the problem was, it was so hard to sustain a gentleman's space because she was doing unladylike things. Like, I don't think any woman should ever order over 5 drinks, and you shouldn't order 2 more than the person you're with. It's just a courtesy.
So you don't give curfews, but you give drink limits.
No, it's
everything is conversation.
Yeah.
No,
everything is conversation.
First of all, I didn't give her a limit.
Yeah, obviously.
And
no, bro, Aaron, that's insane.
And I actually had to tell her because she asked me, "Yo, what's up?" I was like, "Yo, you have a drinking problem, and you don't get drunk." So I opened up. What did she say? She said, "Are you serious?" I offered to pay the bill. I was like, "Yeah," and that was also the problem. You thought that was okay.
Because
somebody said, how fast was she drinking these? You kept saying,
my dates be lasting because my experiences.
It don't matter, bro.
People want to date me, like I'm saying, like it's a whole day. It's an experience. Okay. I believe in creating experiences because if we're gonna sit here and have a time, I'm spending money. And if I don't like you, more importantly, I'm going to get something out of this. I'm going to learn something about a person I never met before. I'm going to find your beauty. I'm going to learn, I'm going to find this experience to be something good.
Okay.
But, we were sitting for a while.
Anything for Selena said, maybe she was trying to get you drunk. Are you sure she was drinking them?
it's the 10 drinks. Nah, the 10 drinks is crazy.
That's insane. I've never heard
And
of
not
somebody
being
ordering
drunk.
10 drinks
The
and not
10
being
drinks
drunk.
and
bro.
not being drunk is nuts.
By drink number 4, when back in the day when I was living that life, by drink number 4, I'm like, all right, well, she's comfortable, she's drinking, she's trying to get
And
smacked
I'm a
so she could
lightweight.
get smashed. But
I'm a
that's
lightweight,
insane,
too,
bro.
So I don't even like that. I don't like a drinker. I can't. Because I can't keep up.
So you only did what, 2 drinks?
Yeah, because I can only do
2
I
drinks,
can't
and she
drink
did
3.
8
Once
more
I get
than
to 3,
that.
I'm a little tipsy. Once I get to 4 or 5, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
My friends know. Don't try and get me drunk, bro.
If she drink Henny straight out the bottle.
Yo, Rich, you bring it
I,
up.
so I don't like women that
I'm gonna know.
behave that way.
Yes.
Like
He wants to be political.
I'm not even I don't smash things for a lot of reasons. And that's a real good reason.
Drink Henny out the bottle. I can't fuck with you.
I can't mess
If
with
I see
you.
a shorty and
I don't even
hit
drink Henny. I've never had. Well, I'm lying.
Uh-oh.
I don't like Henny, and I would not voluntarily drink Henny. So, if you were a Henny drinker,
if I'm chilling with a shorty and I hit the bottle like this and she grab it out my hand and say, "That's what I'm trying to show you," and hit the bottle,
That's what I'm trying to show you.
That's what I'm trying to show you.
it's over. It's over.
I don't
to show
think
you.
that's that type of woman.
I
because-
do.
So, no,
No, he want to be political.
no.
I do.
Think of it this
I
way,
do.
because
That's
I do.
insane, bro. I've never heard of an experience like that.
yeah, well, so I spoke to an experience, but like you asked for pet peeves. I'm sorry, I can't.
I mean, that's a good one. That if you want to end it there, that's good.
Tiny Delight said, "I'm only drinking Henny with men I'm showing up to sleep with."
Right.
I like that.
And
That was a good answer.
Ask me for some lemonade or some ginger ale with your Henny, sweetheart.
I like that
Don't
one.
be like you want to.
That sex is about to be fun as hell.
Don't take the
but angry.
bottle. Don't snatch the bottle
I would
and go like this.
drink it on, and put it to the side of your
And
lip.
hand it to me like
and then
this.
hit me back with my chest. Put it in my chest like here,
Get your ass-
nigga.
nigga,
Don't do that.
There you go, man. Fuck out of
There's
here.
somebody for her though.
It's somebody for everybody. It's somebody for everybody.
Yo,
I don't
yo,
think
Eric,
either that or
blew
she's
my
going to
head.
evolve and understand some of my behaviors need a shift too. Let me get that in a cup, please. Eventually, she'll understand that. If she was a certain type of guy,
Mm.
I like that.
I believe. I listen. I would
You
be
know this-
turned off immediately. Body banging, style banging,
Yeah.
even communication banging.
Yeah,
If you behaving that way randomly,
you're bugging.
I'm good. I don't want to find nothing else out.
Last, I have 2 more questions. Describe your ideal partner.
I'm going to describe the woman I'm dating. Now.
That's fine.
That's a smart thing to do. bro. Good answer.
Definitely.
I didn't know. I didn't know I can get the woman I want. I pray for the person that I have right now. And when I say that, I mean like everything I've been experiencing in my life has led me to be in this relationship. So the ideal partner is someone that I can pray with, someone that I can build with, someone that has something to offer me, like beyond like learning from a bad experience. Because a lot of times I feel like I pour into my relationships and the only thing I'll get from it is a learning experience. And I don't get anything tangible. I don't get anything like that last like in terms of like a connection or an understanding.
Yeah, you
I
don't
feel like
unlock
I can
anything, new
learn
levels, right?
A whole lot. And what else? Oh man, someone that pushes me without trying. I don't need to be pushed if you doing all the things you need to do. I'm turned on by you chasing your dreams, you operating in consistency, you operating in a space where you are locked in. That automatically locks a man of purpose and ambition in without having to get the so what are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, let me help you out. Now, I don't need that. All I need to do is see you
On your shit.
it's gonna just make me want to like be on mine. Like there's a lot of idealism that has nothing to do with looks right now, because 9 times out of 10 you have to look good. So yeah, it's the relationship with God. It's the ability to see my heart and not just the surface of
Not
who I
stomp
am.
that shit and not take it and just go.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You're right.
No, yeah.
And not
I
have
say
the
yeah, I mean
intentions to.
sincerely. That was
Right.
on the second date, and I'm only sharing this because I want y'all to understand why I get to walk the way I'm walking and move the way I'm moving right now. On this second date, she said something to me. She said, I see your heart, and I just want to protect it. And I never heard a woman say that, so I heard it as game at first. And I had to sit there, and I started to unravel inside, like, wow, I really feel like I can be myself with this person, mask off. And it allowed me to engage with her without all of those like capes and clothings that we do.
That's on your chest. And you gotta,
presenting a version of myself. I was able to just be me. Cause
hearts is going out for you right now, Aaron.
I mean, that's why I honestly, when you said that, I was like, I got to experience those words from her mouth. And if a woman can say that to you and genuinely believes that she sees your heart and can protect it and holds true to that word, I'm good. That's the ideal
big
woman.
stuff, man. Big talk, brother. Big talk,
Listen,
man.
This is definitely a clip.
Big talk.
Thank you.
Big talk, brother.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Say using your words against you. Rich hates when somebody uses his words against him, yo. That's what I say. I say those words.
You said you wanted to ask another question.
Yeah,
he had one more.
Actually, before I ask that other question, I was asking when did you get involved in ministry?
Yeah, I wouldn't know this. I was in junior high school.
I was about to say, I feel like throughout high school, like
a lot of people
there
wouldn't
was
know.
always him, his sisters. I feel like there was always
they
like
were actually in ministry after me.
fact. Oh, after you, okay.
They are part of the
wasn't
same
your mom
ministry.
involved in ministry too?
No,
She wasn't?
it was me.
Your mom was involved in school.
Oh yeah, my mom went to school.
Yeah, right.
I got expelled from junior high school, and my mentor, God rest his soul, my mom was like, "Yo, you can't stay home," and I got expelled. And there's a gap between where you get homeschooled and where you get homeschooled and where like the process of you just being at home waiting.
Right.
So it was like I think maybe 4 weeks or something that I had to wait to get the whole system set up so I can be in the library and go to homeschool or whatever. So she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna need you to go live with somebody," and it was him. I lived with him, and one day he took me to this, this practice, and I was seeing people like me, like dudes like me, like come from a very, very hard upbringing in terms of like not knowing what you want to do, how to operate because you don't have a man in your life to figure out who you are, and they were just in a ministry, and I thought it was cool, and I cling to it. I was a very oddball out type of dude because even though I was from, I say I'm from Brooklyn, I was the Long Island kid, so I had to deal with Queens dudes that were looking at me like a Long Island kid at first, and then eventually
Real Queens school dudes would
yeah. So when I got into ministry, at first I didn't know what I was getting involved in, and then I found out. Because I grew up in the church, but then I found out what it was like to minister and worship and have a relationship with God to some extent. In your youth, you think you know what you're doing, but you're really just following a leader. You're following what you understand. But lately, I'm tapped into my word. I'm tapped into the process of ministering at another level because it's always been ingrained in me. I just never knew it was going to happen, and the way it happened is clearly through my relationship.
That's dope, man. I
applaud you, man, for real.
That was I feel like for everybody out there, at least for me, I feel like we really I learned a lot about you. I knew you for a very long time, but from this episode, I definitely learned a lot about you. I never experienced the whole jerk stuff. Me and you always been pretty chill. You know what I mean? You never been a jerk to me, and I definitely seen you be a jerk. And I definitely see the growth.
I appreciate that.
I definitely see the growth. I definitely see the whole ministry thing. Like, I'm not a very religious person, to be honest with you. However, it doesn't change. It doesn't. My view on religion shouldn't affect anybody else's. And
I'm not religious either, though.
Though you're in ministry.
I just got a relationship with God. That's more important to me. The idea of a spiritual connection with the higher being, and me knowing that higher being to be God,
and you can minister that to others.
I'm ministering now.
That's what I'm saying. So you can minister that to others without being a religious person.
No, I feel like I've been ministering this entire time.
You're not wrong.
So, when you hear religion is in another space, and that's not here. I don't think I'm religious.
Don't put him in the box.
I'm not. I'm confirming.
That's what I'm saying.
What he might misunderstand about religion and relationship.
King Prince said, "What's your podcast called again, man? They want to know. They want to know, my brother.
There you go.
Yeah, what's your podcast?
Unpack.
Unpack. Spelled.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet. June. Wait for June. When it comes out, we're gonna make sure we shout it out on the show.
Absolutely.
For sure.
No doubt. We definitely gonna shout that out.
What's it called? I did have a last question, but I'm a little nice and I can't remember.
Damn.
Shit. That's how it always happens.
So that's thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen.
So we know you for a long time.
Give it up for this man right here, Aaron, coming to drop gems on us tonight, man. Shout out to you, man, for real, man.
Unpacked. I've been trying to check that out.
You misunderstood.
And that's from someone who called you a jerk earlier in the episode, so that's dope.
That was my argument right there. But I had to accept what was being given, and sometimes to change, you have to kind of acknowledge what you're hearing, and so that's why I'm working on how I'm being misunderstood, because I want people to understand me. I want people to see my heart.
So then, you don't have a question. I do have a question. What would you like to tell?
I want them to come on. I want to do it on the show.
Oh, okay.
This is what
we go. Yes, we will definitely do that.
Shy, petty.
Wait up. What I just want to ask one last thing. What would you tell? What is something that you want to tell the young men out there who are in this dating world, who are trying to find that person that completes them, that you would like to give them a piece of advice on? What would be something that you'd like to tell them?
Take off your mask. A lot of things that we do as men is we present a version of ourselves that we want to be while working on the version of who we are behind the scenes. And it catches up with you and it never works out. And that's why we fall back. And it's not because of the women sometimes. It's because things ain't lining up with who we want to be, who we like, and it causes a level of stress that we can't present to a woman.
Yes.
So what happens is now you're trying to tell the truth, and you can't because you've been kind of living a lie. And, you're okay with the truth because you really want to be the better version of yourself, but you don't think that person will stick it out. And also they'll kind of throw it back in your face. So you just fall back in hopes that they'll give you the space to grow, but that's your fault. You didn't open up that relationship with the reality of who you are. And I honestly know what that's like. Even though I sit down, women, I tell them I'm not ready, I still put a mask on. I do it through my cars, my clothes, my swag, the tangible stuff. But you gotta ask yourself, man, you remove all that
everything
you remove all the cool stuff about you that's being worn.
Now what?
Now what? If you can't live in your purpose beyond the things that's thrown on you, which is the mask that you have, then you're bound to fall short in some relationship, especially with yourself. That's really how a lot of our issues happen. We have issues with ourselves that we're not addressing.
We don't have a good enough relationship.
And then we're trying to build a relationship in the midst, and the lie that we're telling, we're trying to keep up while working on, and there's no space for that real work. That's why isolation is important, or someone that you could be yourself with, and growth is important. So just take the mask off. If you're lame, be lame. If you're broke, be broke. There's no way that you have to stay in those spaces. You just have to work on them and be honest that you're working on them with yourself, and allow the person that's gonna naturally see you to love that version of you, so that you can grow from it, so that you can mature from it. I personally believe that's the only thing that makes a healthy relationship, taking off the mask.
I have no more. I have no more.
You gotta leave it at that.
Of course.
We want all of y'all on the couch. Please pull up. Please pull up. This is my team. Today is a very intimate thing. It's a 100th episode. Shout out to my boy Aaron. Honestly, this was fucking amazing.
Yes.
I want all of y'all to pull up. This is our team.
I have something I really want to say about this. This is our 100th episode, and
100th, y'all.
Y'all see me, Jerry, and DP on every episode, and we are men. but understand and when you hear about guys in podcasts, they think that it's more of like women. It's more of like what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like discrediting women and downplaying women, and that is not this podcast. It's on 100. And behind the scenes, the women that you see and the ones that you don't see is what really makes, keep in mind, podcast motherfucking run.
No lie, buddy.
All of the women, all of the women, it's all of them. When we love y'all.
Our equipment, everything is them. Everything is them.
It's women.
Everything is them. Everything is them. Shout out, and I want to. She's not here. She's in the comments. Shout out to the situationship. From the day I went to her dating game show, the whole podcast has changed completely.
Facts.
Shout out to Tanya, the CEO. She's dope as fuck. Shout out to Sim Simma for getting us in contact with iHeartRadio. Shout out to shout out to everybody who's been on the show. Shout out to I think that's why he said who's not here too. Yeah. Shout out to Whitney. That's why he did. Shout out to Whitney. Thank you, y'all.
Shout out to all of y'all.
And shout out to all of our critical thinkers that made absolutely amazing.
That was not planned.
We love you. 100. You didn't do that? To 1,000 more, ladies and gentlemen.
That was not planned.
People know y'all feel like I'm back in high school. Yeah, we.
That was not
something about me and Black. We definitely we didn't lose connections. We stayed cool with everybody.
No, we not over y'all.
You know what I mean? Yo, bro. But in high school, we never had beef with niggas. Like we was always cool niggas.
Like the name of y'all group again?
Goodfellas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got that shit on my chest. You know what I mean? I got that shit on my chest. It's tatted. He got it on his hand. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not every group stay together. There's a couple other groups that I see that close knitted. I think it's cool.
Yo, love y'all. We all there for you. But we appreciate y'all. For those that stayed in the chat, we appreciate y'all that's on YouTube. Thanks. You know what I mean? By the way, if you're in the Instagram, please go to the YouTube. Please. Yes. Press follow. Subscribe. I promise you, there's a lot of shit on YouTube. I make shorter clips. I got my renting with Riches, which I only did one, but I have more to do.
Yes.
But yeah, you know what I mean? And I want to say I genuinely love every single one of y'all. You know what I mean? Like shout out to P, shout out to Nick, shout out to Erica, shout out to Eddie, Shy, of course. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
All of the people in our backbone, y'all.
You know what I mean?
Love y'all.
Dead ass.
We love y'all.
Consistency, man.
Keep in mind. Keep in mind, baby.
Keep in mind, man.
That was fire. I love you guys.
Man,
I mean, yo,
Aaron.
Oh my God.
Love y'all, man. Signing off, baby.
I was sincere about it.
Nah, you love that. You
guys got something.
You didn't plan that?
I know. I didn't know I was gonna do that. Why do you think I wanted to do that to myself? Do you think I did that on purpose?
My girl actually said I could say.
I literally thought this.
Yeah, I know.